And let me tell you something right now. If you guys are looking for the best fragrance products in the world, you need to go to ashkicking.com. That is ashkicking.com. Keep your home smelling fresh and clean with Ash Kicking fragrance products. Treat your skin and hair with Ash Kicking all-natural health and beauty products. Everything you need to create a comfortable home living environment and create a comfortable space for entertaining. The best incense burners in the world, home fragrance products, and health and beauty products, go to ashkicking.com.
Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Hey yo, check this out. This is Flavor Flav, and if you want the whole truth and nothing but the whole truth, so help the whole truth. Hey yo, you better listen to Dante, baby. Dante!
So help the whole truth, baby. So help the whole truth. DBN, we got audio now, right? Y'all can hear me, right? Make sure everybody can hear me. It's about to go down, man. It's going down all to the day, baby. Yes, sir. Man, we rocking solo today, y'all. We rocking solo today because it's kind of late and everybody had to go to sleep. You know, I'm out here in Thailand, man, so I'm saying good morning to everybody out here in Thailand, man. That's what it is, man. Sawadee Krab. Yindi Lap. Yindi Tan Lap. Sawadee Krab. Dante's Boxing Nation. We getting it in, man. We getting it in, y'all, all day and day. 11 in the morning out here in Thailand. I know it's about what? It's about 11. So it's 11 p.m. out there on the East Coast, and it's 8 o'clock, I believe, p.m. on the West Coast. But we got a lot to talk about, man. Before I get started, man, let me go ahead and give shots out again, man. I see Chicago with the hearts, man. Shots out to Chicago. My girl, who's that? Miss Me. All right. Let's go ahead, man. Let's rep these states, rep these countries, rep these cities, rep these continents, rep these islands, because it's going down like a plane crash. Y'all know we international, man. We got a whole lot to talk about, man. Whole lot to talk about. Phone line's going to be open. Hopefully we get a decaf to call in, man. Yes, sir. I'm out here in Pattaya, Thailand, man. We opening up a restaurant out here, okay? We opening up a restaurant hotel out here. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the video so you guys can see the development of the hotel. It's going to have a boxing theme. It's going to be pretty dope. Let me go ahead and rep these cities out here. Boston, stand up. Phoenix, LBC. All day, man. LBC, my hometown. Arkansas. Let's get it, y'all. Boston up in here. Yeah, I'm feeling good, y'all. Town, Texas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about the Peterson getting knocked out tonight by Sergey Lipinets. All these damn Sergeys, I'm getting them mixed up. Modesto, Houston. Yes, sir. Hashtag new media, y'all. Hashtag decaf busters. It's going down. My girl L Flowers back in the building. What's up, girl? One of my moderators. She be out there with the sniper gun, the sniper rifle, holding it down. 205 Alabama. Rogers, Arkansas. Sacramento, Colorado. Hashtag new media. You know, man, you know. Hesperia, down the street from my hometown. Dallas, Shy Rizzy, Chirac. Let's get it in, y'all. Let's get it in, man. So with no further ado, man, let's go ahead and talk some boxing. Hold up for 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Once again, guys, the number will be on the screen for you guys to call in. Give me 1 quick second real quick. Got to set this up over here. Make sure my phone lines, I'm checking the phone lines, making sure, you know, we good. Because, you know, every once in a while, the decafs, you know, the decafs, they give me a treat and they call in, you know, because they usually always scared to call in because y'all already know kryptonite. The truth is like kryptonite to a decaf. You know what I'm saying? They try to stay as far away from it as possible. Those are all facts right there, you know. But, yeah, with that being said, man, we're about to go ahead and get it in, man. We're about to go ahead and get it in. All right, let me see. Let me check. Let me go ahead and check these phone lines, make sure everything is good. Make sure we rolling. Yes, sir, we rolling. We rolling. We rolling. AshKicking.com. Shout out to AshKicking.com, man. Check out that website if you haven't checked it out, man. They got some dope products all day and day. Okay, with that being said, man, let's go ahead and talk about some of this news, man. Once again, the phone number is on the screen as you guys see. If you want to call in, if you agree, you got anything on your mind, you want to disagree with me, if you want to say, kiss my ass, you black bastard DBN, I can't stand watching you every damn day soon as you upload a video. I watch, but I can't stand you and I hate your ass. Hey, man, call us up so we can talk about it. I would love to talk to somebody like that. Decaf Nation, let's get it in. So your boy Sergey Lipinets, man, congratulations to him. He got an impressive win, knocking out Lamont Peterson and retiring him. It was a good fight. They went back and forth. Body shots, beautiful combinations, fighting in the phone booth. It was a great fight until Lamont Peterson, he got hurt. He got hurt and he got knocked out, and now he has retired. Lamont Peterson, he had a great career. He's had a great career. He's been in with some of the best fighters, and he has no reason to feel ashamed of anything if he hangs the gloves up. That's for sure. But when it comes to, once again, Sergey Lipinets, there's a lot of great fights for him at the 147-pound division. I would like to see him. I don't know if you guys caught this because my audio wasn't working before, but I would like to see him against Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is one of the new rising stars at 147. He's looking real good. He's looking flashy and mean. 22-0 with 20 knockouts. That would be a great step up for someone like Jaron Ennis. So that's pretty much how I see it. But we're going to talk about a couple things, man. We're going to talk about Tyson Fury. Tyson just said something recently that really sounds like he does not have interest. Matter of fact, those were his words. He said he really has no interest in a Wilder rematch. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. What else you guys talking about? Let me look at the comment section. Like I said, I'm riding solo. We won't be doing this show real long tonight because, like I said, we started so late. And I know a lot of y'all asleep right now, but I just wanted to get some things off my chest before we, hang it up. Y'all know what it is, man. Yeah, Ennis is a beast, but calling out Errol is career suicide. Yeah, man. Mikey Garcia, he can attest to that. Mikey can attest to that. I expected Errol Spence to beat the boy. I picked Errol Spence to win, but god damn, I didn't expect him to beat Mikey at his own game and shut him out. One judge had that fight score 120-107. That means all three of the judges gave Errol Spence every single round, but that one judge, he even gave Errol Spence a 10-8 round. So he put on a beating, man. He put on a beating for sure. Surviving Errol Spence, yes sir. It's definitely harder surviving Errol than surviving R. Kelly. That's for damn sure. Yeah, man. And then we got Mayweather. So, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, for those of you guys who don't know, Manny Pacquiao, he jumped in the ring, and Errol Spence called him over. He said, I want to fight you next. And Manny Pacquiao, he said, yeah, why not? Actually, the lady asked him, the reporter said, so do you want to fight Errol Spence next? He said, yeah, why not? We put on a good fight, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And then about 3 days later, Manny Pacquiao, he did a poll that did not include Errol Spence, asking his fans, who do you guys want to see me fight next, right? And the poll, actually, the fans, they actually picked Floyd Mayweather. What's so funny about that poll is I thought fans didn't want to see Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, or they didn't want to see Floyd Mayweather in the ring anymore. You heard all these fans saying, man, I can't wait to Floyd Mayweather retires. He's so boring. Well, if Floyd Mayweather is so boring, why y'all pick Manny Pacquiao to fight him? Boy, y'all decafs never know if y'all coming or going. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. My man Focus Ball Boxing and MMA, another one of my moderators with the sniper rifle. What's going on, family? So I'm going to be going back and forth looking at the chat room since I'm riding solo. That's what it is, man. Y'all my panel today, all right? The chat room, y'all my panel today. Let's go ahead and get it in, y'all. Yes, sir. But once again, and I want to go back here. Let me go ahead and see what else you guys talking about. What y'all talking about over here, y'all? That's why they want to fight him. Yeah, man, they contradict themselves so much. They contradict themselves so much with this whole Floyd Mayweather thing. Deep down, these fans, they envy Floyd Mayweather. They like, damn it, why couldn't we have a Floyd Mayweather? And when I say we, you know what I'm talking about. Because a lot of these fans, they love Floyd Mayweather deep. They love what he does in the ring. They just wish he wasn't black. They just said, man, God damn it, if only he wasn't black, he would be so perfect for the sport. That's what they saying inside. Like I said, once again, how do you explain the fact that you don't want Floyd Mayweather in the sport? He's boring, he's bad for the sport, but then Manny Pacquiao does a poll and you guys pick Floyd Mayweather overwhelmingly. They picked Floyd Mayweather by 73%. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. So yeah, man, and clearly, you know, these fans, they feel, because they're basically looking at this as, who does Manny Pacquiao have a better chance of beating? And they're thinking just because Floyd Mayweather, he's been out of the ring for 2 years. He's rusty. He's older than Manny Pacquiao, right? He's 42 years old. They're like, well, he may have a chance to beat him. So this proves that these fans, they had never cared about Floyd Mayweather being boring. They never cared about Floyd Mayweather being boring. They never cared about any of this stuff. Only thing they cared about was Floyd Mayweather losing to someone, right? This is the same reason why you'll hear some of these fans say, hey, why you guys want to see Errol Spence fight against Manny Pacquiao? But these are the same fans that said they want to see Canelo Alvarez fight Floyd Mayweather. Or maybe I should put it, they want to see Floyd Mayweather come out of retirement and fight Canelo Alvarez at middleweight at age 42. Because they don't care if Floyd Mayweather is at a disadvantage, right? But when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, hey, that's not fair. Hey, why do you guys want to see Manny Pacquiao fight against Errol Spence? Manny Pacquiao just beat Adrian Broner. And last time I checked, Manny Pacquiao is a champion. He's a champion. We're not talking about some old-ass 60-year-old fighter who's doing some kind of farewell tournament, or not even tournament, but some type of farewell type of tour where he goes around fighting other old fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's not that type of situation. You guys can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. And not only that, but Manny Pacquiao, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, let me prove to you guys, this has nothing to do with age. Because these same fans that you hear saying stuff like, he shouldn't have to fight Errol Spence, he's too old. And these fans, no matter what age Manny Pacquiao was, these fans, they never wanted to see Manny Pacquiao fight against a guy that they thought had a chance to beat him if that fighter was on a coincidental list. Prime example, perfect example. When Manny Pacquiao, when he was going to fight Tim Bradley, and the fight was signed, you had all these cats in my comment section pissed off. This is BS. Why does Tim Bradley get to fight against Manny Pacquiao? He hasn't done anything. He doesn't deserve to fight against Manny Pacquiao, right? When Tim Bradley was calling out Juan Manuel Marquez, these fans said the same thing. He doesn't deserve to fight Marquez. He would get annihilated, right? Notice they always say they don't want to see the fight, but then, just for good measure, they say, oh, and by the way, Marquez would win, but he just doesn't have to fight this guy. We've seen this pattern in the sport of boxing since the inception. They're doing the same thing with Canelo, right? They don't want to see Canelo versus Charlo, but they will tell you he will beat him. It doesn't make sense. Listen, man, if I'm telling you that Errol Spence will beat this guy, Errol Spence will beat that guy, that's because I want to see the fight, right? I'm not going to tell you he's going to beat this guy, but I don't want to see him fight. That's like some kid in the house, right? He got some dude outside of the house, he looking out the window. And this kid outside is like, come on outside, I'm gonna beat your ass, right? And he's sitting in the house in his protection with his mama downstairs and everybody else in the house. And he said, man, I will kick your ass, but I ain't coming outside. I don't need to fight you. You ain't nobody. But if I wanted to, I would beat your ass though, right? You know how that would be looked at. You know how that would be perceived. So that's pretty much what it is, man. What you guys talking about over here? Before I start talking about Tyson Fury, man, what you guys talking about over here? Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Racism definitely don't make sense. Bonjour, Dante. Okay, you got people speaking in, what's that, French? Okay. Yeah, man, that's what it is, man. I'm just reading some of the comments, man, before I go to the next topic. I want to talk about Tyson Fury and whatever else you guys want to talk about. Like I said, I won't be on air that long tonight because we started this show late and everybody is asleep. Everybody is asleep. Well, you know, it's 11:36 in the morning out here, y'all. It's 11:36 in the morning out here in Thailand. And I know it's damn near midnight on the East Coast and about, 8 going on 9 p.m. on the West Coast out there in the States. Yeah, man. All to the damn day. I appreciate y'all showing that love, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Yeah, I see the emojis. Tyson Fury. They got the emojis of Tyson Fury running. We're going to have to get Tyson on the show, man. We're going to have to get Tyson on the show, man. You know, okay, let's go ahead. I want to quote something that Tyson Fury just recently said. You know, this is further evidence that Tyson Fury, he really has no interest in fighting Deontay Wilder. Let me see. They asked him, listen, let me go and quote him. So they asked him if he's going to be fighting Deontay Wilder, and this is what he said. He said, Deontay, I'm not going to tell him what he can do. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to go back to he was a nobody before I fought him. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I'm trying to go back to this a particular paragraph that I was reading. Here, let me see real. Okay, I'll start with this then. Okay, so Tyson Fury, he said, how soon do you want to call soon? Tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year? It's going to happen. It's a great fight. We put on a great show. It's going to happen sooner or later. It won't be next, as we know, because I'm fighting Tom Schwartz and Dominic Brazil, but that's not the paragraph I'm looking at. And then he says, Deontay, I'm going to tell him what he can do. Deontay already got beat by me in Los Angeles, so the whole world knows it. I have no interest. There we go. I have no interest in him at all. At all, he says, guys. I have no interest in him at all is what he says. If the fight happens, it happens. If it doesn't, he already lost and he knows it. His promoters know it. And his trainers know it. His trainers left ringside when the decision was announced. Deontay is a nobody. Let's face it. He said Deontay is a nobody. Let's face it. So I want to know, when did Tyson Fury get his biggest payday, right? When did he get his biggest payday? All of a sudden, you know, this is crazy because all of a sudden you guys notice Tyson Fury is talking a lot like your boy, he's talking a lot like your boy Anthony Joshua. Before Tyson Fury, he was clowning Anthony Joshua because this is the way AJ was talking. Now, since Tyson Fury felt that right hand and he went to sleep for a minute and he woke up like, where the hell am I? Oh shit, I done got knocked down. Let me hurry up and get up. Because he went through that situation, now he talking like AJ. Now, I think now Tyson Fury is basically saying, okay, I feel you, AJ. I feel you. I see why you don't want to get in with him. Because that right hand is just what it has been advertised as. A damn nightmare. Because that's what I had when I hit the damn canvas. You know what I mean? So right now, Tyson Fury is not making any sense. I've already told you guys, in the history of boxing, when a fighter feels that he is robbed, he aggressively goes after the rematch. That's what Yordenis Ugas did when he lost to Sean Porter. You know, he filed for an immediate rematch. He filed an order to the WBC because he believed he won the fight, right? When Lennox Lewis was robbed against Evander Holyfield, he demanded a rematch, right? Legal action was pursued, okay? This is what you do when you feel you beat someone. What you don't do is say, I'm not interested in that fight at all. That's not what That's not what Uga said. That's not what Holyfield said. Or that's not what Lennox Lewis said. What else you guys talking about over here? Yep, all day. What y'all talking about over here? Yeah, man, so for those of you guys who are just tuning in, we will be doing this show, and for my new subscribers, we'll be doing this show every Sunday, okay? We'll be doing the show every Sunday. You guys can call in. Right now, I really want to talk to a decaf, man. That's what I want to talk to, man, because these decafs, they love to fill up my comment section. They love to fill up the comment section. They the first people to start commenting, right? But once we go live, they disappear. They completely disappear. Because once again, I already told y'all, man, they allergic. They are allergic to the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's why they get on the phone, they start itching, they start sneezing, because they allergic to this damn truth. They don't want no damn truth. That's not what they used to. You know, when they talking to their homies and stuff like that, you know, the code is they know how to stay on code. You know, they start talking and congregating with all their homies, and they be like, remember, y'all, we gonna start talking, but remember, y'all, no truth, all right? Not in this damn room. We do not speak truth in this room. Y'all hear me? Okay, now let's start talking about them. Damn them black bastards. That damn Andre Ward so boring. Got that damn Errol Spence. He couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia. And you know, they all giggling and laughing like, oh yeah, oh you got him. He sure couldn't knock him out. And deep down, they all saying under their breath, but he did dominate the hell out of Mikey. I was hoping Mikey would do better. But you know, they keep that under their breath though. They don't want to say that kind of stuff because that goes against the rules when you in that room congregating with decafs. Y'all feel me? I know what time it is, man. But you know the funny thing, man, when it comes to these fans saying stuff like Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, he couldn't knock him out though, but he couldn't knock him out. First of all, I remember when Andre Ward, when he knocked out Sergey Kovalev, these same fans, you know what they were saying? Oh yeah, he stopped him, but he didn't knock him out. That was a technical knockout. How come he couldn't put him to sleep? You see how they operate? It's too easy to break these cats down, man. It's way too easy to break these cats down. When you say, you know, I predicted this long time ago, guys. When Floyd Mayweather was pound for pound the best fighter in the world. I told you guys, because people kept making it seem like, oh, people just hate Floyd. It has nothing to do with race. They just hate him because, you know, he throws around money, he's this and he's that, his personal life. That's why they don't like him, right? But I told you guys, you go back and watch my videos 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I told you this same hate is going to be passed down to every single black fighter that emerges as a threat, right? I told you, in the order, I said it's going to get passed down to Andre Ward, to Errol Spence, to Terrence Crawford, to Tank Davis, and the list just goes on and on and on. And now whenever you guys hear these decafs mention Errol Spence's name, Andre Ward's name, they talking about them the exact same way they were talking about who? Floyd Mayweather. So we know it ain't never had nothing to do with Floyd Mayweather's personality. It never had anything to do with him, you know, his domestic violence cases, anything like that. Because Al Heyman, he doesn't have a personal life like Floyd Mayweather, right? Matter of fact, Al Heyman, we don't really know what Al Heyman is into. He does no interviews. He talks to no one, right? But yet Al Heyman is hated more than Floyd Mayweather. How the hell you explain that? It's too easy. It's too easy to break it down, man. It's too easy. And once again, these decafs, they'll sit over here and say, hey, man, why you got to talk about race? Hey, man, why do you have to talk about race, right? But then the last video I just dropped, I did a video reporting that Manny Pacquiao, he no longer wants to fight Errol Spence. And I even said in that video, that's cool if he doesn't want to fight him. There's other opponents like Keith Thurman. And I even said, I think that Manny Pacquiao actually has a good chance against Keith Thurman, right? But even with me saying that, notice race wasn't even mentioned in the video. You had all these racist fans all of a sudden saying, oh yeah, matter of fact, the comments are there, word for word. Oh, these black Negroes, They just want to see him they want to see Manny Pacquiao fight against Errol Spence. These damn black bastards and et cetera, et cetera. They're saying that in the comment section. Oh, but I thought this wasn't about race. I thought you didn't want to hear about race. We do a video that has nothing to do about race. You want to mention it. You know why? Because you only want to hear about race when it's derogatory towards black people. You only want to hear race when someone is saying, F those damn N-words. I can't stand those N-words. But don't let it be somebody reporting racism, right? Then they got a goddamn problem. Then they got a problem. I know what time it is, y'all. What's going on, y'all? Hashtag new media. Hashtag decaf busters. Hashtag Dante's Boxing Nation. Dante's Cooking Nation. We in here, y'all. We getting it in. Let me see what y'all talking about over here, man. Because I'm just rambling, man. I'm rambling. I'm hanging out with the homies out here, the crew, the DBN tank, the soldiers. It's going down. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, man. All day. All day. And once again, man, if y'all see anybody talking reckless, in the chat room, because I don't always have time to look at it, but I'm looking at it now. So if there's anyone talking reckless, I want everybody in the comment section to tell him to call in. We want to hear what he got to say. We want to hear what he got to say. You can take some damn Benadryl afterwards. You can take that Benadryl because we know you're going to be allergic to this damn truth. So don't worry about itching and scratching and sneezing when you get on the phone. You better come and get this free education because that's what it is. It's a free education, y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What y'all talking about? Tyson Fury talking about Deontay Wilder is a nobody. So why did you fight him in the first place, Tyson? Come on, man. You got to stop leaving yourself open for counters, man. You can't be throwing them wild-ass punches, leaving yourself open for counters, Tyson. You know better than that. You know better than that. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What y'all talking about? I'm looking at the comment section right now. You know, the thing is, Tyson Fury, he may fight him one day, but clearly, as I just quoted, he really doesn't have an interest in fighting Deontay Wilder, and that's going to make Deontay Wilder look even better. Because you walk away from a rematch, and you basically, and the fans are going to basically say, well, that shows Wilder wanted the rematch, you didn't want the rematch. That means you were really worried about, getting knocked out in a rematch. And I know Tyson Fury's family. They told him, we don't want you to get in there again, son. You almost got destroyed. You almost got killed in there. We don't want to see you laying on your back like that again, looking at the stars, not knowing where you are, son. We don't want that. Can you fight somebody who's easier to beat? And Tyson said, that don't sound like a bad idea. How about this Tom Schwartz guy? And his family said, yeah, son, fight him. Fight him. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. Yes, sir, y'all. Hashtag decaf busters. We getting it in all day and day. What y'all talking about over here? Okay. I see somebody, he said something like, how can you say that? Tyson Fury, he made Wilder look bad, et cetera, et cetera. So if Tyson Fury made Wilder look bad, that should be a no-brainer that you would go in there and say, man, I made him look bad. It's going to be even easier. I'm going to be in even better shape in the rematch. Man, I can't wait to get in the ring and completely destroy this guy. I'm gonna beat him just as easy as Errol Spence beat Mikey Garcia. That way, they're gonna have to give me the decision, right? Why isn't Tyson Fury saying that, guys? Why isn't he saying that? Y'all help me out, man. Help me out. Anyway, man, shout out to y'all, man. Okay, man, matter of fact, I gotta introduce some cats that just jumped in that DBN tank. They riding with me, man. Introduce these cats over here, man. These DBN Super Chat soldiers, I appreciate y'all. What's going on, my man Willie Williams, my man Anthony Griffin, my man Jose Talavera. He said, hello, Dante. What do you think about Canelo and Jacobs? I'm from Mexico. I love your channel. Oh, man, I appreciate you, Jose. I appreciate you 1,000. Man, That's a great fight, man. That's the biggest fight of the year. And you know what? I'm going to tell you guys, I wonder how inspired and motivated both fighters were from watching the Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia fight. When it comes to Canelo Alvarez, you know, he's seeing one of his countrymen, you know, Mikey Garcia, even though Mikey Garcia is Mexican-American, but he shows allegiance to Mexico, so it's fair to say, or it's safe to say, that that's his countryman. But Canelo is seeing his countrymen lose to Errol Spence. Danny Jacobs, he's seeing his countrymen win against Mikey Garcia. And honestly, I'm actually wondering. Now, I told you guys, I was slightly leaning towards Canelo to win that fight because I feel if the fight is close, they're going to give the fight to Danny Jacobs. Even if Danny Jacobs deserves the win, I believe they're going to give the fight to Canelo. So Canelo, or Danny Jacobs rather, he's going to have to win at least 9 rounds to 3. And he may still end up getting a split decision if he does that. But I truly believe Danny Jacobs, most likely he watched the Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia fight. And I believe he's probably looking at the way Errol Spence, he had the height, he had the reach against Mikey Garcia, and Errol Spence was able to take control and advantage of his distance. Danny Jacobs has the same type of reach and height advantage over Canelo Alvarez. So I just wonder, I mean, we don't really know how Danny Jacobs is going to fight Canelo. He might fight on the inside, on the outside. He may do a little bit of both. We don't know how Canelo is going to fight Danny Jacobs. But if Danny Jacobs goes in there with the Errol Spence blueprint and he keeps his distance and he forces Canelo Alvarez to make mistakes trying to force his way on the inside, it's going to be a long night for Canelo Alvarez. But Canelo Alvarez, he has been looking real good at the middleweight division. You know, it really depends on how he's going to fight. But that fight is going to be extremely competitive. That is a true 50-50 fight right there. Canelo versus Plant at 168. Well, Plant still has David Benavidez issues. So let's see what happens because David Benavidez is calling out Caleb Plant. Let's see who wins that fight. But, you know, it's a little premature to talk about Canelo at 168 right now because Canelo, he still has a whole lot of smoke he has to clear out at 160. Yes, sir, starting with Charlo. And I truly believe Canelo, if he were to beat Danny Jacobs, I believe he will fight Charlo. I believe he'll fight him. He's a little hesitant to do it right now because deep down, Canelo, he knows how difficult of a fight that is. You know, you'll hear fans say all kind of crazy stuff. You'll hear fans say all kind of crazy stuff, saying stuff like, oh, Charlo is a bum, Charlo is this. But that never reflects what the actual fighters are saying about these fighters. Because I can guarantee you, if Canelo decides to fight against, if he signs the contract and he fights against Charlo, I can guarantee you, Canelo is going to say in the buildup of the fight, this is going to be a very difficult fight. I can guarantee you, Canelo Alvarez is going to talk differently about Charlo than he has talked about Gennady Golovkin. I can guarantee you that. He's already done it with Danny Jacobs, and I'm sure he believes, and Oscar De La Hoya believes, that Jamal Charlo is a much more dangerous opponent than Danny Jacobs is. I mean, once again, these casual fans on the internet, they don't really understand boxing. You know, for them to say, you know, stuff that makes no logical sense, like, oh, but look at how he looked against Karabov. If you knew anything about boxing, then you would know styles make fights. Styles make fights. You cannot compare Karabov to Canelo. Karabov is a southpaw. Karabov moves around the ring. Karabov's defense is his foot movement. Canelo is conventional. Canelo stands right in front of you. And even when Canelo moves around the ring, Canelo does not move around the ring like a Lomachenko, like a Karabov. Canelo just moves around the ring. He doesn't use movement as really defense, okay? So that's the reason why you cannot compare the two. We've seen fighters look horrible against lesser opposition, and then they fight against an undefeated fighter and look terrific. right? So you guys have to take all of that into consideration. What else you guys talking about over here? I'm trying to call in. Let me see. Wait, is there something wrong? Hold on. I think there's something wrong with the phone lines. I see a couple people said they're trying to call in. Hold on, guys. Let me see what's wrong with the phone lines. I think, do I have the right number up? Oh, let me see here. What's wrong with the phone lines? I'm looking at the phone lines, right? I'm looking at the number right now, making sure everything is good. Cat saying they trying to call in. I think something wrong with the phone lines right now because I'm getting a couple cats saying they trying to call in and I don't see the call-ins. 77, okay, let me see. 6416. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Something wrong with the phone lines, I think. Here, let's see here. Anyway, guys, I want you guys to try to call in, and let's see if the phone lines are actually working. I don't think the phone lines are working right now. Yeah, that's the right number. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, 712. Yeah, 712-770-4340. So once again, guys, the number is 712-770-4340. Okay? Try to call in. Let's see what's good. Okay, the number. Okay, the number is working. But anyway, here, let me see what else you guys talking about. And let me go ahead and shout out some more cats over here. Some more cats that just joined. Okay. What's going on to my man Big Dog Willie? I appreciate you showing the love, the donation. Let me see. My man, what's that, Hampton TV? All right. I appreciate you, family. My man Focus Ball Boxing and MMA. Bless. Going to run the promo again soon. I appreciate you, Focus. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate working with you, man, all day. Mayweather versus Canelo 2 at 160. Who wins? There we go. Those are conversations that I'm talking about. My man Johnny, I appreciate the donation. My man Johnny, he want to know about that Mayweather versus Canelo 2. Let me just say this, guys. If Floyd Mayweather is being talked about fighting Canelo Alvarez at 160 at age 42, and we still have to ask the question, how does that fight play out? I want you guys to think about that question. What does that say about how good Floyd Mayweather is? Floyd Mayweather at age 42, fighting Canelo at middleweight, and we are scratching our head trying to figure out who wins that fight. What does that say about how good Floyd Mayweather is? Because I can guarantee you, Canelo Alvarez will not be 42 fighting young, hungry lions that are dominant in their division. That is a guarantee at a higher weight class. Two weight classes higher, right? So if Canelo right now is at 160, right? Now remember, Floyd Mayweather moved up 5 weight classes. Canelo has really only moved up, you could say 2 or you could say 1, right? Let's just say Canelo moves up 2 more weight classes, right? He moves up to 175, he moves up to 168, he moves up to 175, right? Or let's just say he moves up to 168. Canelo is 42 years old. You think he's going to move up to 175 and fight the best champion at that division? And you think he's going to win? I mean, they don't even want to see Manny Pacquiao fight Errol Spence at age 40. What does that say about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather? These are all rhetorical questions, guys. These are all rhetorical questions. But to answer your question, I really don't know how the fight will play out, but I would still slightly lean towards Floyd Mayweather in a fight like that. I would still slightly lean towards Floyd Mayweather. I just think he's too smart. But it would also depend on if Floyd Mayweather would get some, if he would get some tune-up bouts. Now that Floyd Mayweather just came out of the blocks at 42, going up to middleweight fighting against Canelo. I would probably say Canelo would have the edge. But really it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter who we say will win. It really doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez, he lost to Floyd Mayweather when he was 23 years old. Okay? You guys cannot I know it makes you feel better, Decaf. I know. I know it's therapeutic for you. I know it's putting a Band-Aid on the scar that just won't stop bleeding. I got it. I get it, right? But what you guys don't understand is you should stay away from a Canelo versus Mayweather conversation, especially right here on Dante's Boxing Nation show, because I'm going to open up more facts that you didn't even think about, guys. And I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to avoid that. But once again, let me say this. If Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather were to play a game of trading places, right? If Floyd Mayweather was 23 years old and he was at a higher weight class and Canelo was 38 years old. Canelo's 38. Floyd Mayweather is 23. Floyd is at his natural weight class. Let's just say hypothetically, Floyd is at 135, right? Canelo is fighting at 130. Canelo is 38 years old. He's going to move up to 135 and fight Floyd Mayweather, who has the natural size advantage. Floyd Mayweather is going to come in the ring 15, 20 pounds bigger than Canelo Alvarez. I want you guys to answer me this question. I don't care if you're racist. I don't care if you hate Floyd Mayweather's guts. Just answer this question with honesty. Who wins that fight? Floyd Mayweather at a higher weight class at age 23, or a 38-year-old Canelo Alvarez moving up in weight? Who wins that fight? I'll wait. I want to see in the comment section. What's the answer, guys? Who wins that fight? I'm gonna wait for a minute. I want to hear what y'all gonna say about this. Hey, Eric Esparza. Hey, man, I want Mr. Esparza to call in. He said Floyd Mayweather is a dancer. He said he's a dancer. I want you to call in, Esparza. You could get this education for free, man, but don't worry, man. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to say nothing, offensive to you. I just want to talk boxing. It's just boxing talk. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal, right? Esparza, call in. He said Floyd Mayweather. So when Floyd Mayweather fought against Canelo Alvarez, he was dancing? Esparza. When Floyd Mayweather was backing up a 23-year-old that was 20 pounds bigger than him, he was dancing? Matter of fact, what about when Canelo Alvarez, when he fought against fighters like Angulo? Was he dancing? When Manny Pacquiao fought against people like Brandon Rios, moving around the ring, was he dancing? Esparza, call in, man. Where's he at? Hey, hold on. He done disappeared, huh? He not commenting no more. You see how they run? I'm telling you, man, they allergic to the truth. Once again, this is what these decafs do. See, Esparza, he be chilling with all his homies, right? And they be over here like, yeah, oh, that Floyd Mayweather, he a dancer. He's a dancer, man. Oh, that's all he is. Oh, he's so boring. But deep down in their breath, they be like, but damn, that bastard keeps beating the fighters we like. But they saying that all under their breath. But they like, yeah. Oh, that boring bastard. Yeah. Oh, he's a dancer. Oh, that damn dancer. Esparza, call your dancing ass in, man. Call in, man. You the one dancing right now. You over here moonwalking away from this damn smoke. Call in, Esparza. Hey, man, like I said, man, put extra pressure on all these cats to call in. I want y'all to stop dancing and call in. Yeah, thanks, Esparza. That's the reference we gonna use. Stop dancing and call in. Esparza. Okay, Esparza. Okay, hold on. You called in? Hey, you ain't called in, Esparza. You say you here. I want you to call in. Esparza, call in. Hey, Esparza, put your area code in the comment section, and I'll go ahead and take the call. Esparza, where you at? Esparza, boy, you dance better than Floyd Mayweather. Talking about some damn dancing. Floyd ain't got nothing on you, boy. He ain't got nothing on you. ABDC. Here, let me see what's going on over here. Hold on right now. We having too much fun. Boy, I didn't know doing this late ass show solo would be this damn much fun, man. Here, let me see. My man Reggie, what's going on, my man Reggie Owens? He said decaf punishment all day, every day. Call in Esparza. Come on, man. Stop the damn dancing, man. You burning the damn sole in your shoes doing all that damn boogalooing. Footloose. Come on, Esparza. Esparza, where you at? Okay, I know we're going to continue the show, but just give me a couple seconds. Give me a couple seconds. Esparza. Esparza, where you at? You see how they do, y'all? That's the truth right there. That's what the truth is about. Because I told you guys, okay, Esparza say he calling. Esparza say he calling. Okay, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for you to call in. He said he calling in. I'll keep looking to see if he calls in. But see, this is what the truth is all about though, man. You trapped either way. You call in, you have to face the facts. You don't call in, you dancing away from the facts. No matter what you do, you put yourself in a bad situation once you open your mouth. Okay? That's pretty much what that's pretty much what it is. I was always told if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you don't say nothing at all. But I'll say one even better. If you ain't speaking the truth, you might as well not say nothing at all. So anyway, as far as he ain't called in yet, but we waiting for him. We waiting for him. Okay. I appreciate you, Jose. I appreciate my brother Jose Talavera. I appreciate you. He's showing that love in the comment section, in the super chat section. He said, hey, brother, I just want to know the breakdown on Charlo and Harrison, fam. When you say the breakdown, what do you mean? You mean you want to know who I thought won the fight? I mean, it was a really, really close fight. It was a really close fight. They have a rematch coming up. I know Harrison is taking the rematch, or Charlo is taking the rematch. But that's pretty much, I mean, there's really nothing to say about it. I mean, we got the conclusion. I haven't really complained about the result of the fight. I know a lot of people believe that Charlo was robbed, but at the end of the day, they're going to fight in a rematch, and we'll get a better conclusion. Because I'm sure that, it will be a more decisive win for someone in the rematch. And you have Jamel's trainer, Derek James. Shout out to my man Derek James, who's training Jamel. And there's extra motivation. There's an incentive, at least for Derek James, to make sure he gives Jamel the best game plan to win that rematch. Because if your boy Derek James, if he actually wins or helps his fighter win that fight, he's up for Trainer of the Year. And not only that, but Jamel Charlo, who's Errol Spence's teammate, I'm sure he has motivation from watching the Errol Spence, his teammate Errol Spence beat Mikey Garcia. So we'll see what happens in that situation. Okay, my man Jose, once again showing that love. He said, you think Charlo can win by KO? Well, Jose, I mean, it's pretty hard to ever predict a KO. That's why whenever you ask a fighter if they're going to win by KO, they always say, I don't know if the opportunity presents itself. I mean, because, for someone to get knocked out, they have to participate with their dance partner. You understand what I'm saying? They have to make the right mistakes to leave themselves open. So it's really hard to predict a KO. You know what I mean? But one thing I will say is when so much is on the line, a lot of times fighters, they make sure they don't make too many mistakes. That's why when fighters step up in competition, they may have gotten a lot of knockouts earlier on, but once they step up in competition, you notice a lot of those knockouts evaporate because now fighters are not making as many mistakes. You feel me? So yeah, I don't know if it's going to end in a knockout, but thanks once again, man, for the questions and showing your love. Esparza, you still ain't called in, man. What's going on, Esparza? Esparza still ain't called in, man. He still ain't called in. So that's what it is, man. Anyway, yeah, Esparza, he over there dancing. My man said calls from Mexico to U.S. are expensive. Y'all don't even know if Esparza is calling from Mexico. But my man Jose showing that love, man. Good looking. I appreciate you, my man Jose Talavera. One love, Dante. Love your channel. Keeping it real. I appreciate you, family. I appreciate you all day, man. Hey, man, and everybody, man, show that love, man, and hit that like button, y'all. Show that love and hit that like button. I want everybody to stop what you're doing and hit that like button if you really appreciate what we're doing over here. For everybody, for new subscribers, the show, this great radio show, is every Sunday. We're going to be doing an additional show on Wednesdays, but that's going to be on my Patreon account, okay? So once again, man, that's only for the cats that are really riding with DBN, okay? I don't expect a whole lot of people to tune in because that's just going to be cats, that's willing to really stand in the line of fire, get in that tank, be in the middle of line of the fire. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So the plan is to do a show Sunday and do a show Wednesday on my Patreon account. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what it is, man. Yes, sir. We almost up out of here. I told you guys I wouldn't be here too late because I started this show late. I appreciate that, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let me introduce another DBN soldier. Man, he just jumped head first in that tank, that DBN tank. What's going on to my man Denson? My man Denson showing that love, 4228. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the love, man, all day. What's going on, Cold Breed Films? Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon out here in Pattaya, Thailand. That's what it is, man. Sawadee Kab. Yendi Tan Lap, Dante's Boxing Nation show. That's what it is, man. Yeah, man. Palm DJ. Palm DJ. We doing it. Yeah, man. Your boy bilingual out here. Boy, they love me speaking Thai out here. They like, oh my God. You speak Thai so beautiful. Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. Yeah, man. Sabai Dimai. Yeah, Palm Chill, Dante's Boxing Nation is going down like a plane crash. Speaking of all this Thai talk, man, Dante's Travel Nation. I'm going to teach y'all how to speak Thai. I'm going to show you guys all the places to go. For people who don't know, Thailand is top 5, one of the best destinations to go to, okay? And I just have, I have the luxury of actually living out here. So once again, we're going to be talking about all of that. I'm going to hook you guys up. I'm going to hook you guys up for sure, man. What's going on to my man Fino 619 Vila? He said, respect, bro. I appreciate the love, man. Showing that love in the super chat section. I appreciate you guys, man. 1,000. I cannot do these shows without you guys. I can't do these shows without you guys. It's because of you guys I'm able to do these shows. So I appreciate that, guys. Shout out to my man Sam Mosley. He said, yo, keep doing your thing. DBN Dallas, Texas. Tech us. Yes, sir, man. That's what it is, y'all. Yeah, man. Absolutely, Rap Life. I'm definitely doing the videos for the hotel process is going to be on Dante's Travel Nation. My man, he probably already seen the clips, but I'm going to upload the video. We just got a whole bunch of furniture for the hotel right now. We're about to go buy the refrigerators for the hotel rooms and everything today. Yeah, we furnishing everything. It's going to be dope, man. Oh, man, it's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. We're going to have that. We're going to be playing them pay-per-view fights out here. It's going to be like a sports restaurant, man. Sports restaurant and hotel, man. Yeah, man. It's going down. Yeah, my man, the women are beautiful out here, man. The women are beautiful. And they treat you like a king. They treat you like a king. I walk down the street, man, I feel like the king of Zamunda out here, y'all. God damn. The only thing I'm missing is the flowers that they throw to my damn shoes. Okay? Yeah, but they beautiful out here, man. And more importantly, they're very respectful. They're loyal to you. They love to feed you. That's all they know is loyalty. They love to feed you. I'm going to tell you, one of the best pickup lines out here in Thailand is tell a woman you hungry. Oh, man, because they hate to see a man hungry. Oh, you hungry? Oh, what you want to eat? What you want to eat? They'll go to your house and cook you up a damn storm. Okay? Yeah, man. So it's all good out here, man. It's all love out here. Yeah, man. I see we got another racist Another racist was in the comment section and they just sniped him out. We had another racist in the comment section. They just sniped him out. But once again, man, racists, we give you guys love too. Call in, because I know some of the racists, they some of my number one fans. They the first ones to watch my damn videos. I could upload a video 2 o'clock in the morning. The first damn view is from one of them damn racist decafs. You know, F you, you black bastard. You poor bastard. You know, just wishing all kind of stuff on you, you know what I'm saying? But yet, they the first person at the door as soon as the restaurant open up. They can't wait to get served by this DBN hot ass plate. What's going on, y'all? Hashtag decaf busters. We getting it in, y'all. We getting it in. Yes, sir. My man said bigots or racists. Tomato, tomato. What is the damn difference? Prejudice. It don't really matter. It don't really matter. We know what it is at the end of the day. We know what it is at the end of the day. Yeah, man. Did you hear Porter say he ready for Spence? Yeah, I heard Sean Porter say that. I heard Sean Porter say he was ready for Spence. And, you know, I have mixed feelings on it because, you know, there's a part of me saying maybe he's pulling another trick like he did after he beat Danny Garcia. And he said, oh, man, it's the easiest fight to make. I'll see you next, Errol Spence. And then he went to the press room and he said, hey, guys, I don't really want that fight right now, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But now, Sean Porter, I think, you know, there's a part of me also that's saying Sean Porter, he probably realizes he cannot avoid this fight. Eventually, he's going to have to fight him. And I think he's finally said to himself, you know what, win, lose, or draw, I might as well just go in there and fight him. We already know when he fought against what's his name? He fought against Ugas. You know, he didn't really have the best attendance. Not a lot of media members covered the fight. You know, by way of contrast, you look at what Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia did. That's where the money is. That's where the money is. Sean Porter's going to get he's probably going to get even a bigger payday because of Errol Spence's dominant performance over Mikey Garcia, right? So I believe that Sean Porter, he may actually take the fight. But, I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. Sean Porter is just going to make himself look even worse if he does not take the fight. You know? I see someone in the comment section saying, I'm not racist. You know, I just don't like ignorant people. This is the funny thing about racist people, or people in general. If you're not a racist, why do you always respond as if you're a racist, defending yourself, right? I mean, if I was talking about gay people right now, are you going to come out of nowhere and say, hey, I just want to let everybody know I'm not gay, and I like women only, and I bang nothing but women. So just for the record, once again, I'm not gay, guys. How would that sound, guys? If you ain't racist, you ain't got to defend yourself. Nobody else is defending themselves in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? These cats do this because they're guilty. And if you're guilty, that means you got something to hide. All to the day. Hashtag new media. Hashtag decaf busters. My man said hashtag Adrian Broner. You know, it's funny because with Adrian Broner, he done made a whole lot of money, which I never cared about. But it's funny because whenever Canelo Alvarez, if he doesn't fight this guy or he doesn't fight that guy, the first thing I'll hear some of these fans say is, hey, you guys are just mad because he's making a lot of money. That's right. Look at the $365 million deal, et cetera, et cetera. I don't hear nobody saying that about Adrian Broner. You know, the reports are he made $9 million. I don't hear nobody saying, you know, oh, you guys can kiss my ass. Adrian Broner just made $9 million. Ha ha. Right? You're not hearing that stuff. I don't care about how much money these cats make. As a boxing fan, the only thing we should care about is the fights that get made. That money that Adrian Broner is making, that money that Canelo Alvarez is making, that's not helping us as boxing fans, right? My man Jimmy, I'm not racist. I have black friends and always the best. I had a cat tell me the other day, he said, yeah, man, I'm not racist, man. You know, I love soul food, man. I love soul food, man. My friend, he makes the best soul food, and I eat it. And he was serious. He wasn't even joking. He was really, really serious. He wasn't being sarcastic. He was like, man, so I know this validates me. Cats don't get it, man. You know, and on a serious tip, man, I'm going to say this, man. With all the stuff that's going on in this country, with people getting shot, black people, unarmed people getting shot, unarmed men getting shot by the police, and it's getting to the point to where the DA, they don't even want to charge the cops. All this racism that's going on. Because by way of contrast, none of this happens in Thailand, which is one of the main reasons I moved out here. I never felt this way. I never been treated this way, where racism almost doesn't exist. But with that all being said, guys, this is a serious note right here. With all the racism that's going on in this country, if you guys, I'm talking to my black people right now, if you guys have any friends that are not black and they condone that shit, if they will sit over here and argue you up and down, oh, he deserved it. Come on, man. He deserved it. And hey, man, that cop was defending himself. And hey, man, you know, George Zimmerman, you know, he's a hero and all of this kind of stuff. And hey, man, Michael Brown was a thug. And anybody that condones unarmed black people getting shot, you guys need to cut them off, distance yourself from them. I'm serious. Because, and I practice what I preach. Anybody who talks like that, they're a racist. They're a racist, and you should not be associating with them. You should cut all ties from them. Because if someone is claiming, oh, I'm not racist and I have black friends, you know, you should be able to empathize with what black people are going through. Because if you are completely apathetic to what they're dealing with, how the hell are you my friend? You ain't my friend. You are not my friend. In fact, I'm going to tell you guys some real stuff. You know, I get sponsors every now and then that reach out to me. There's one sponsor in particular, and I'm not going to mention his name or his brand, but you know, I've promoted his events before, right? But me and him, we had a real long conversation, and he showed me a different side of him. And he started getting on this Fox News stuff, right? He started, oh man, I mean, it was like offensive as hell. Talking about how all these black dudes that get shot, they deserve it. And what about black on black crime and all this kind of stuff? And I was like, wow. I wouldn't have expected this from this guy. I've been knowing him for a long time. So this year, he reached out to me. He was going to pay me to promote his event, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I told him, I said, bro, I cannot promote whatever it is you selling because of the views that you share. You know what I'm saying? I said it's extremely offensive. And I said, and I don't deal with cats like that. So no, man, I'm sorry, man. You could keep your money. I'm not promoting this. Because if that's the way you think about my people, I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you. So I think once again, man, you know, this is one of the best things we can do against all of the type of racism that goes on in this country right now. That's how you fight back. Fight back, disconnect yourself or distance yourself, cut these cats loose. Anybody who ain't black, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Because when I see Mexicans protesting against Donald Trump, I have never thought to say to some of my Mexican friends, man, why don't y'all stop crying, man? I don't want to hear y'all talk about this. You know, Donald Trump, you know, he has points, man. Some of these Mexicans are rapists and killers. You'll never hear me say nothing like that, right? I expect you to ride for me if you're supposed to be my friend. I expect you to ride for me if you're supposed to be my friend, right? That's how it's supposed to be. I done met cats out here in Thailand, and they cannot understand racism. You tell them some of the stories of unarmed, you know, people getting shot. They really don't understand it. It's like being on a different planet. They don't understand it. They're like, why? Why do they do that? Why? They look at you completely puzzled. They don't get it. They don't get it at all, man. So that's what it is, man. Some facts right there. Hashtag new media. Hashtag decaf busters. Once again, here, let me see. Did we talk about everything? Because I'm about to get out of here in a minute, y'all. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here in a minute. But yeah, I see you guys are talking about, all the double standards and everything. I've seen videos of blacks repeating the Fox News rhetoric. Is cooning necessary? And yeah, I see somebody saying, yeah, you got black people repeating what Fox News says. That's not a surprise. Of course, there's always going to be coons. There's always going to be coons because the crazy thing, with being black is when you're in the minority. When you're in the minority, that means the majority of people, regardless if they're saying it's right or wrong, you're hearing the majority of people saying stuff against you, right? You're not hearing a small minority say this. You're hearing the majority of people say it. So it gets to the point to where some of these black people, they have thinner skin. They don't have thick skin, right? And they say, man, I don't want to be called the N-word no more. I don't want to be called monkeys and all this no more. How do I stop them from calling me this? Oh, I know. If I agree with them, maybe they will exclude me from the rest of the black people from calling them this and that. And that's how you get coons. If you notice when it comes to black people, there are more black people that go against the grain than any other race. I mean, you look at YouTube. I was surprised when I first started my YouTube channel, you had so many black people that were purposely going against black fighters, going against Floyd Mayweather, who was the best fighter in the world at the time. This would never happen in any other race. If any other race had pound for pound the undisputed best fighter in the world, there's no way you would have tons of Mexican channels saying, oh yeah, and I just want to say, F that, Floyd Gonzalez. He ain't nothing in this. You will never hear two Mexican YouTubers going back and forth, arguing and debating on if Floyd Mayweather or Floyd Gonzalez is a bum or not. It would never happen. It would never happen because they know how to stay on code. They certainly know how to stay on code if they have the best fighter in the world. I mean, they stay on code when their fighter is not even close to being the best fighter in the world, right? I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with speaking the truth. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with speaking the truth. I'm not telling people to lie just to stay on code. I'm just saying give people the credit that they deserve. There's no way you can take away credit from a Floyd Mayweather or an Andre Ward if they are considered pound for pound the best fighter in the world. If Canelo Alvarez, if he beats Danny Jacobs with no controversy, you have to give Canelo all the credit in the world. That would be his biggest win. That would be he has the win against Golovkin. That's a big win too. But you would have to give Canelo all the credit in the world if he beats Danny Jacobs with no controversy, right? That's how it's supposed to be, guys. I mean, when it comes to Sergey Kovalev, look, Sergey Kovalev is a racist. There's no disputing that. He is a known racist. But I give Sergey Kovalev a lot of credit because unlike Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev is always willing to fight the best fighters. He's over here saying, I want to fight Dimitri Bivol. He wants to fight all the guys, right? He's not trying to avoid everyone like Golovkin is doing. I give Sergey credit for that, right? He ain't gonna never be invited to none of my damn barbecues, or I ain't gonna be saying, hey man, Sergey, man, you wanna come out to this restaurant out here in Thailand? I ain't gonna do all of that. But I give credit when credit is due, man. When credit is deserved, he deserves the credit. What happened to I'm sorry, guys. The phone lines, there's something wrong with the phone lines, guys. I don't know what's going on with the phone lines right now. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, because I'm going to get out of here, but I'm going to try to get these phone lines back up for a second before we get out of here. Let me see if I can get these phone lines up and cracking before we get out of here, y'all. Once again, man, I appreciate everybody showing that love and hanging out with your boy. The late night hour. What's this? It's 12:29 p.m. in the afternoon out here in Thailand. That means it's midnight on the East Coast, right? And it's 9 p.m. on the West Coast. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hey, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second over here. I'm going to see if I can get these phone lines back up and running. They've been tripping today, y'all. They've been tripping. Let's see what it is. Hold on, y'all. Trying to get these phone lines back up. Give me a second. Okay. Like I said, I'm trying to get the phone lines back up, but I think there's a problem right now. I think there's a problem with the phone line. So we'll have everything back up next week, next Sunday. Let's see what we got here. Okay, wait. Is the phone lines working? Let me see. I'm gonna try to take a call. Let me see if they're working. Let me see if the phone lines are working now. Yeah, no, they're not working. I don't know what's wrong with the phone lines. Anyway, y'all, the phone lines was working earlier, though. I want to make this clear. When I told, because I see somebody just brought up Eric Esparza. When I told Esparza to call in, the phone lines, they were working. You know, so he did not call in. He definitely did not call in. Okay, the phone lines are working now, and I think the phone lines are working now. Let me see if the phone lines are working. Let's see. All right, we have 973. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
What's going on, Dante? This is Jay calling from New Jersey.
Jay from New Jersey. What's going on, family? What's on your mind, man?
Yeah, not much. Listen, it's a great thing that we are on the great topic of racism, but I just want to call up and talk about Danny Garcia.
Uh-huh. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
What Danny Garcia did recently by giving his views on Spence's fight, by minimizing and marginalizing Spence, is nothing new when it comes to the Hispanics. I have personal history with this kind of stuff with Puerto Ricans. They specifically minimize and marginalize anything black fighters do and anything black people do in general. So this is nothing new from Danny Garcia and where he comes from. So that's one thing I want to speak about and see what your thoughts were on that.
Man, and bro, and I appreciate the transparency because that's exactly what we need, dog. And this is the healing process right here, is basically being honest about what we are actually seeing. You know, if you really think about it realistically, I mean, almost every single fight when it was a black fighter against a non-black fighter and where the black guy won, there was always an excuse of why the black guy won. I mean, from Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd Mayweather fought against Manny Pacquiao, it was boring and Pacquiao was old, even though Floyd was older than him, even though they had polls picking Pacquiao to win that fight before the fight, you know, and on top of that, they had considered Pacquiao top 3 pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. There's no way you're going to be ranked top 3, one of the best fighters in the world if you're considered old. And then even with the Tim Bradley fight, like you said, they minimize and marginalize every fight when a black fighter wins. When Tim Bradley knocked out Brandon Rios, it's crazy because every time I used to bring up that fight and not even bring it up, you know, to say, oh, he won, I would reference something, but it wouldn't have anything to do with the actual knockout. But as soon as I bring the fight up, there will be fans saying, oh, that fight was BS. You know, Brandon Rios, he didn't train for that fight. He didn't train, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so yeah, they always do this. From Floyd Mayweather to Tim Bradley to Errol Spence, anytime there's a win, and like you said, and if Errol Spence, if he would have knocked out Mikey Garcia, they would have said, oh, but it was a TKO. How come he wasn't asleep? And if Mikey Garcia would have been asleep on the ground, they would have said, well, why he didn't get took out in a coma though? You know, as small as he is, he should have been took out in a coma. You know, it's always going to be something, you know, but at the end of the day, this is what we need to do because, see, when we shine a light on this stuff, this is when these type of cats, they disappear because now they like, okay, they're on to me. Now let me stop. You know what I mean? Because when no one says anything about it, they feel more comfortable with the rhetoric. And that's really what it comes down to.
Right.
You know, but.
Right. And listen, Danny Garcia has bad blood with Terrence Crawford. I really, really hope those two get to fight because that is a fight that needs to be made based on their personal bad blood that they have with, you know, so yeah, that's it.
What's up? What'd you say?
No, I was saying that
No, I
Danny
caught
Garcia,
everything you said. Just the last two
Okay.
words you said. I missed the last two words you said.
No, that's it.
Oh, you said that's it. I got you. Okay. Hey, yeah, man. And not to mention Terrence Crawford. They have split wins. They're 1-1 as amateurs. Danny Garcia beat
Right.
Terrence Crawford, and then Terrence Crawford came back and he beat Danny Garcia. Like I said, bro. I mean, the thing is, Errol Spence is finally in a position to where people can no longer use excuses to avoid him. He's the biggest name at 147 now. So there are no more excuses. And there's really no reason for cats to say, he's not that good, or I wasn't that impressed with his performance. Oh, but I don't want to fight him. That makes no sense. Hey, but thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you. All right, man?
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. Good stuff from my man from Jersey, man. That's what it is, man. So anyway, man, I didn't expect to be on here this long, y'all. But since I got some cats on the horn, and once again, Esparza. We want Esparza. Boy, that boy, he's still dancing. Esparza, you ain't got tired yet? That boy's still over there dancing, boy. Turn that damn music off and get over here and talk, man. Anyway, before we get out of here, let's take some more calls. And let me take a glance at the comment section real quick to see what you guys are talking about before we take another call. Somebody said you're putting false words in Danny's mouth. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so Danny is actually going to fight Errol Spence next? Wait, hold on. Somebody said we putting false, unless he knows something we don't know. Because it's fact. It is an actual fact that Danny Garcia, he berated Errol Spence's performance. He said there are things that he sees he can exploit. He said he can see other fighters getting in the ring with Errol Spence now that Errol Spence got that win. But he never said, I want Errol Spence after Granados. I'm calling Al Heyman. We are going to try to make this fight. He never did what Mikey Garcia did. Mikey Garcia told us he wanted to make the Errol Spence fight, and he was a man of his word. Those are all facts. So when you say don't put words in Danny Garcia's mouth, everything that I said was all facts. Okay, let's go back to the phone lines real quick. All right, y'all, we have 617. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Mike calling from Boston. What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's good with you?
You know, I'm so glad the show is back, man. It was for a couple of weeks there we didn't have it, and I'm just so used to listening to you on Sundays. You know what I mean? Like, I'm psyched to hear you back on the air, man. I
appreciate you, man. Yeah, we back, man, and we gonna try to keep it rolling consistently, man. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. I listen to all all the channels, but I especially yours, and shout out to Blue Bloods as well. You guys I've learned a lot about boxing from you guys. But one thing I wanted to ask you about, and this is because maybe you have some knowledge that I don't have. It's regarding just some of the things you said about Gennady Golovkin, over the course of like the last year or whatever. I'm in agreement that he is definitely a ducker, and pretty much everything you said about him has been true. But I wanted to know if you thought that him as a person is some kind of if you didn't like him as a person, or you thought he had any type of racial bias himself, or if it was just the fans do.
You asking me, do I feel if he has some type of racial preference or whatever? If he may possibly be, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, it's never really been about who Gennady Golovkin likes. In fact, I think it might be the contrary. I think he really, really likes black people because he has so much respect for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think skill recognized skill, and Gennady Golovkin, he understood when Andre Ward was active and Andre Ward fought at 168. When Golovkin said, I'll move up to 168, I'll fight Carl Froch, I'll fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., but he did not want to fight Andre Ward. he respects the talent of a lot of black fighters that are on the level of an Andre Ward. And, you know, and when it comes to fighters like Jamal Charlo, even Edislani Lara, you know, fighters like this, it's not really a race thing. He just respects talent. And he understands certain fighters are going to be too dangerous. And he would rather go in there with a guarantee he can win. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree exactly with everything you're saying. I mean, to me, he seems like he respects the sport of boxing, and he seems like just he fights with, you know, he carries himself with respect. He seems to respect his opponents. And the reason I asked you that question, though, is just you know, and I'm not really too much of a fan of his all that much. I mean, he's, you know, I think he's a good boxer. You know, maybe not the best, but I just noticed that you kind of in your videos have gone back to him, and like people are saying things like, "Oh, keep your foot on his neck," and I didn't know if it was something I didn't know, like that he had done, or like if there was a reason like why we should be, you know, like going after. I just wasn't sure if it was something personal with him, or it was just the fans that were trying to like hype everything up about how he was supposed to be the greatest, and it was, you know, a racially biased situation.
Well, it is a racial bias situation. It just doesn't have anything to do with Gennady Golovkin. Well, it has something to do with him, okay, but it's not his fault. You know, and I'm glad you mentioned it that way, because this is something people have to realize. When people say, oh, you know, why are you hating on Golovkin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you guys are the ones that are making Gennady Golovkin look bad. And it's not hating on Golovkin. We hating on you for basically making the situation the way it is, giving Golovkin all these passes to where, you know, it's okay for him not to fight his mandatory, give up his belts, not fight the tough competition. Boxing fans want to see the best fights. And at least that's the way it's supposed to be. And when it comes to someone like Gennady Golovkin, they want to basically hand him over the award without him doing the work. You know, and that's what it comes down to. So it's not his fault. It's the system's fault, you know, because they protect him.
Yes.
And that's what they have been doing. They've been protecting him.
And the fans have basically, well, these troll. Basically, what you have is it's a troll problem. You have these trolls that come in here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
1 second, bro. Because I want to say. So Eric Esparza said he called in. Hey, I want you to put in your area code, okay? Put your area code down in the chat room, and I'm gonna take your call next. All right, Esparza? Put your area code in the chat room, and I'm gonna take your call next. Okay, go ahead. Finish your point, man.
Yeah, man, I know that you pretty much answered my question. I wanted to get your opinion on one more thing since I have you on the phone. Vladimir Klitschko, if he comes back, what do you think his impact will be in the heavyweight division as far as the top three? Do you think there will be any?
The first thing we have to see is how he looks in his first fight back. But if Vladimir Klitschko looks like Vladimir Klitschko, he's dangerous. He's dangerous. I mean, we've seen how he looked against Anthony Joshua. You know, the thing with Vladimir, he has a double-edged sword. He has tremendous boxing ability. He has an unbelievable jab. He knows how to jab you and tie you up and basically, you know, stop you from being active. But things have changed since Vladimir Klitschko has been away, because Vladimir was used to fighting shorter guys, where it was easy for him to keep his distance, and if they got close to him, he could tie him up. But now, since a lot of these heavyweights are 6'6", 6'7", that's why he had problems with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. It no longer, the jab and grab, you know, strategy, it no longer works on these type of cats. So I think we're going to see the same thing with Vladimir. He'll look good until he gets caught. You know, when he gets caught, he kind of panics. Go ahead.
I think he looked better than I've seen him look in a very long time against Joshua, and I think that if that Vladimir Klitschko had fought Tyson Fury, you know, he just didn't seem like he was himself. When he fought Fury, he didn't let his hands go at all. Like, so it was like he wasn't even trying to win the fight. The guy had gotten into his head. I think it was. I couldn't believe it.
And he wasn't used to the distance either. But he also wasn't used to that distance. You know, he once again he's used to shorter guys coming in and him basically dictating with the jab. You know, but with Tyson Fury was forcing him to come in, you know, so he had to be the aggressor, and Vladimir is not comfortable being the aggressor. He's a counterpuncher. You know, he sets you up with the jab and he counters. So that's pretty much what that is. But
Exactly.
hey man, but good talk, man. I'm gonna get to another call, man. Hit me back later on, okay? I gotta get to this.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing, man. Mad respect.
Okay, man. All right, man. Thanks, man.
All right,
Okay. Okay, man. Okay, so here we're gonna go ahead and get to this next call. Okay, so my man calling from Mexico. And I appreciate him calling in. It's all boxing talk at the end of the day. So we got my man on the phone, Eric Esparza. What's going on, Eric? Eric, you there? Eric. Hold on. Let me see if he probably done passed out. He probably done passed out. He was like, oh my God, this man done really answered the damn call. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, we good. We good. He ain't talking. He ain't breathing. Hold on. Let's try him again. Hey, Eric, I'm gonna go back to him in a minute. Let's take another. Okay, hold on. Let me try to go back to him again. He over here. Eric, you there?
Did you hear me?
Oh, there we go. There we go. We got Eric. You
Hello,
there?
my friend.
What's going on, man? What's going on? Hey, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you calling in.
You're calling you from Mexico. I mean, I'm sorry, my English is difficult, but I'm a huge fan.
No,
So
don't
I'm
worry.
here to talk to you. It's a privilege, you know.
Hey, don't worry about it. We understand everything you're saying. I'm glad you called in. So let's go ahead and talk about this the dancing moves thing, man. Now you said that Floyd Mayweather is a dancer. I want you to explain, what do you mean that he's a dancer, and against what opponents do you see him like dancing against? What does that mean? What's your definition of dancing?
Yeah, well, let me explain that, my friend. I mean, I told you, I'm sorry for my English, my friend. I mean, I do believe Floyd Mayweather is one of the best. But what I was talking to you, what I was writing is maybe it's very different kind of boxing. You know, let me tell you what I believe. Here in Mexico, we live, a great boxer is like a brawler, you know, somebody that goes to the front all the time, like the last fight with Canelo. Many people thought he was an idiot because he was going every time to the front and he was receiving a lot of damage. But in the psychological mind of Canelo, he was really like saying, okay, I can take it. Hit me and I hit you. And he make a lot of him go back, you know. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe he Floyd like a dancer, but it's not the word.
Okay, Eric, because don't worry, I'm gonna let you finish, but I want to kind of respond to what you're saying. I want to ask you some more questions. So you said, you know, what Mexicans feel is a great fighter is someone who's aggressive and comes forward. Did you watch the Mayweather-Canelo fight?
Yes, of course. That was the first fight.
Did you see?
He really
Oh shit! Hold on.
Of boxing, because Canelo went there like a brawler. You know, he was like, let's really fight. Let's see who can take more punches.
Guys.
You know? I know some people believe that Mexican boxing is like some kind of a dumb. You know, like it's like I don't know how to say it, but it's like always going to the front. You know. So when I say he's the master dancer, Floyd,
hold on, guys.
He's a technician. He's the best, you know. And boxing is a style. So how can a great brawler can beat the greatest technician ever, Floyd Mayweather? Of course. Do you hear me?
God damn it.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
I'm here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was talking about that. Like,
no, I'm sorry. I got disconnected. Hold on. I got disconnected.
Confronted like Canelo. The second fight.
Wait, Eric. Let's rewind because I got disconnected. Hold on. I want to make sure. Hold on. My audio is not working. Hold on. Let me make sure the audio is okay. Hold on. Okay. We're back. We're back. I'm sorry. Let me go back because they didn't hear anything you said when I asked you that question. One more time. Did you watch the Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo fight? You watched the Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo fight. Did you see Floyd Mayweather standing in front of Canelo, landing more punches than Canelo, and pushing him back when he was 20 pounds bigger? Canelo was 20 pounds bigger than Floyd. Did you see Floyd pushing back the bigger man?
Yes, of course. I mean, Floyd Mayweather outboxing, of course, his IQ is
Eric, So Eric, though,
Before
real quick,
Mayweather, he never fought somebody
Eric. So what I'm saying
like him,
is,
you know?
Eric, would you agree with me that a fighter who's 15 to 20 pounds smaller and he's pushing back a guy that is 14 years younger than him, backing him up and dominating him, would you agree that that is the mark of a great fighter, this aggressive in coming forward? Would you agree with that or no?
Yes, Maxim. I agree that he outboxed him. Canelo was bigger,
No,
but
wait. But he came
Canelo
forward.
was really like
Go ahead.
Material, you
Go
know?
ahead.
He was his real fight in USA. I mean, the biggest fight, and they put him with a big monster, and he was a puppy. So now Canelo's not a puppy. Now Canelo is
Okay,
huge,
you say
he
Canelo.
has power, he has
Hey,
intelligence.
Eric. But before we start, because we're going to talk about the age, we're going to talk about Canelo being a puppy in a minute. But I want to press you on this. When Floyd Mayweather came forward, you believe, your definition of a great, aggressive Mexican fighter, did Floyd Mayweather do what a great Mexican fighter would do by pushing back a guy that was 20 pounds bigger than him and standing right in front of him? Did he fight like a great fighter that you would consider?
Yes, I mean, I agree. Floyd outboxing, you know. But what I was saying is, I don't see Floyd Mayweather being a brawler, you know, like taking risks, like saying, okay, I'm going to show that I can take it. And
Wait. You said, when you say brawler, who do you see as a brawler? You see Canelo as a brawler?
For me, a brawler is like Chavez, you know. I mean, the boxer like even
Okay.
G, you know,
Wait. But Eric, I asked you to name a brawler. You went back like 25 years ago. So that means even the Mexican fighters today you don't see as brawlers, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, for us, it's like a brawler. That's sometimes the difference that we believe that when we see the boxing of Floyd Mayweather, sometimes we are like, okay, why he's not like going to the front? Why he's not taking punches? I mean, that's what I was looking to do.
Eric, this is the thing. You know the reason why there's not too many fighters today that fight like Julio Cesar Chavez, Mexican, black. The reason why not too many fighters fight like that is because those type of fighters, they usually get knocked out. Because if you don't have a defense, if you were a trainer, would you train your fighter to have no defense and tell him just go in there and brawl? Would you tell him that, or would you teach him to hit someone and not get hit?
No, yeah, of course, I would teach him, I mean, to protect, you know, but it's like, as I was saying, I mean, it's like two different points of view. I mean, in Mexico, we live a boxer, and for us, it's like, Floyd never take risks, because he's so intelligent, of course, he has an amazing IQ, he's so technician, I mean, and he's not going to put in risk his health, and he's pretty safe, you know, and he's the best, let me tell you that. I mean, for me, he is the best. I mean, let me tell you something. I mean, you were talking about races. I knew you in Las Vegas once. Let me tell you, you are not racist at all. You were so amazing. I can talk to you a couple of minutes. So let me tell you this, because some people were attacking me, and now, I mean, let me say I'm sorry for my English. It's not as good. I don't want to disrespect the English, you know. I speak Spanish.
Bro.
So that's what I was saying when it was like, I thought Floyd down, because he never put in risk like Canelo. I mean, he really risked his career in the second fight. He was in the center.
Wait. I was about to let you. I was about to let him go, y'all. I was about to let him go, but he just pulled me back in. Did you just say, Eric? Did you just say Floyd Mayweather didn't take risk like Canelo? Is that what you just said?
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yes.
Wait. But Floyd Mayweather moved up 5 weight classes. Floyd Mayweather is fighting guys that are 20 pounds bigger than him. When did Canelo ever move up 3 or 4 weight classes and fight bigger guys? And Floyd did it at age 37. Are you telling me, Eric, are you telling me that you believe when Canelo Alvarez is 37 years old, he's going to be fighting guys that are 23 years old that are bigger than him? And he's going to be pushing them back? Do you believe Canelo is going to be fighting the same type of opponents that Floyd Mayweather was fighting at age 37?
Well, he's supposed to, my friend. I mean,
You're like with Chavez. I mean, he was all the time a brawler. He never changed his style because here in Mexico we demand him to go at the grid. That's why he lost so terrible with De La Hoya, because I mean De La Hoya outboxed him, and he put everything on risk. That's why some people believe that sometimes the Mexican boxing is like dumb, because they take so many risks. But it's like the different type of views that we have,
But you said,
that's what I was talking about.
But Eric,
not disrespecting anyone.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Eric. It's okay, Eric. But you keep saying that's why people see Mexican fighters as this and that. But you're only naming one Mexican fighter. You name Chavez. You already admitted that you don't believe Canelo, is the same type of fighter as a Chavez, because we know that he's not. Canelo, he's a boxer. Canelo is a boxer. We even see Canelo doing the same type of things Floyd Mayweather does. But let me ask you this question real quick, Eric. You know who Nacho Beristain is, right?
Yes, of course, the best manager, the best trainer.
Trainer.
Marcus, the trainer of Marcus.
Do you have a lot of respect for Nacho Beristain?
Well, yes, because Marcus was a technician. He made him to be like a specialist, to be a brawler. Marcus with Pacquiao, Nacho Beristain made him a brawler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the reason,
caused you a lot.
Hold on. Because the reason why I bring this up is Nacho Beristain is one of the best trainers in Mexico when it comes to this era. Do you know that Nacho Beristain, he praised Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation? He said he's the Michael Jordan. That and you have other people like Eduardo Garcia, Mikey Garcia's father. He said that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest fighter of all time. He didn't say Julio Cesar Chavez. He didn't say Canelo Alvarez. He said Floyd Mayweather. And Oscar De La Hoya, he said it could be argued that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest fighter of all time, right? So the question is, why are these people not saying Julio Cesar Chavez is? Why do you think that is, Eric?
No, what I believe is Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer, the best technician. But
no. That's not what they said, Eric.
We don't consider Floyd Mayweather a warrior.
Eric, that's not. Listen, they said best ever. They didn't say best boxer. They said best ever. And something else, I don't know. Did you watch Floyd Mayweather's entire career? Did you watch him before he fought Canelo? Did you watch him when he was a lightweight? Did you fight him then? Did you watch him then?
Yes, of course I watched those.
Okay, and what you will find out, Eric, is Floyd Mayweather, he knocked out the majority of his opponents. He knocked out guys that had never been knocked out before. The thing is, if you can everyone can walk forward. When you talk about Chavez, he's a brawler, he's this and he's that. We can walk into a club, we can walk to a party, and you can see someone who just walks forward and throws punches. But the question is, can you hit someone and not get hit? Can you stand right in front of someone, not get hit? That is what is impressive. That's the most impressive thing. When you watch movies, you see all kind of movies where you see the guy, he doesn't really get hit that much. He's kicking someone's ass. You don't really see the superstar getting punched with 20 punches with a bloody nose, and then he finally hits the guy with 2 or 3 shots and knocks him out. But anyway, I could ramble all day. But Eric, I got to get to some more calls. I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for calling in all the way from Mexico, and call in anytime, okay, Eric?
Yes, let me tell you something, my friend, for the best. Thank you for this. And I was saying Floyd is one of the best, of course, my friend. And actually, the last time he said, for him, the best is Muhammad Ali, and Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer. He's the most intelligent boxer he has ever seen.
Okay.
Of course, I totally agree with that.
But let me just say this, Eric. Let me say this, Eric.
What do you think about Canelo right now and Floyd? What do you think would be different right now? Well, of course,
Eric,
in the prime would be something different.
Eric. If Floyd Mayweather is 42 years old, because you were talking about Canelo being a puppy, so you were using that as an excuse for why Canelo lost because of his age. So if Floyd Mayweather is 42 and he has to go up to middleweight, wouldn't that mean that Canelo is no longer fighting the best Floyd Mayweather? Eric, you there?
Yeah, no. He's not taking risk, of course. I mean, De La Hoya is protecting him too much. That's the truth.
Yeah. Okay, bro. I gotta go, man. Thanks for your call, man. Okay. I had to let my man go, man. But that was good. That was some good stuff. I'm glad he called in. Once again, man, you guys have got to stop trying to, distinguish. He's a great boxer, but he's not the. No. When you go in the ring, everyone is labeled as a boxer. Everyone is labeled as a boxer. It don't matter how you fight. You could be jumping around the ring. You could be doing backflips. You could be doing whatever you want to do, whatever gets the win. You are a boxer at the end of the day. Your job is to hit someone and not get hit. That's why it's a boxing ring. It's, so please stop trying to say, oh, man, let me try to give him credit, but try to take away some of the credit. No, man. You have to be well-rounded at the end of the day. That was some good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and take another call in a minute, but let me go ahead and put my man on the horn. This is my man Reggie Owens, 323. What's going on, Reggie?
Oh man, nothing, man. What's happening downtown and enjoying the conversation you've been having, man.
Oh man, for sure, man. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a real good one, man. But the thing I want to highlight on is the BS crap that ESPN is pulling off. They're pulling up another agenda type job that HBO was putting on, and I'm starting to see the signs of that happening. So, like them hyping up and trying to build up this Tyson Fury thing versus this unknown cat, Tom Schwartz.
Yeah, that's horrible, dog. That's horrible. That's horrible. And the whole thing is, and you got to kind of blame a lot of this on Tyson Fury, man, because when I'm listening to what Tyson is saying, he's sounding like he has no interest in facing Deontay Wilder. But what makes this even worse is then you had Oscar Rivas. That would have been an excellent fight on ESPN. Oscar Rivas, he's an undefeated knockout artist from Colombia. He's somebody you guys should really be looking out for. And that fight was on the table for Tyson, and he decided to turn it down to fight against Tom Schwartz, a guy who's not known for his power. He's not a knockout artist or anything like that. So that's just a horror. And quite frankly, I wonder if there'll be ramifications when it comes to ESPN if the numbers are not good, because a lot of people are not going to be that interested in a fight like that. So I don't know, man. You're right, but they trying to bring HBO back. This is the HBO, because it's funny, Reggie, because it seemed like we were getting away from the old HBO style, right? When you looked at all the PBC matchups, we had some good DAZN fights earlier on, and now all of a sudden, you got Gennady Golovkin, trying to fight Brandon Adams or whoever he wants to fight. You got Tyson Fury wanting to fight Tom Schwartz. So yeah, man, it's like we getting back to them old ways, of fights that they make just for themselves and not for the fans. So it's unfortunate, Reggie, for sure, man.
Right, and they're trying to make it like Tom Schwartz is some credible name that he's facing. They're trying to push this, trying to build this profile of Tyson Fury being some lineal champion. What if Tom Schwartz goes in and caps off his victory? Do they want to start labeling Tom Schwartz as this new lineal champion and not bring a recognition to these unifications that need to happen in the heavyweight division? Is just silly on the ESPN side of things. And I wish they never got back into boxing, because they weren't good at boxing to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what, Reggie? Honestly, I think this is going to backfire. If Tyson doesn't get in there with Deontay Wilder, it's going to backfire on him. It's going to get to the point to where he's going to have no choice but to get in there, because if Tyson gets Anthony Joshua before Tyson gets him, I'm sorry, if Wilder gets Anthony Joshua before Tyson does, he's going to have no choice but to get back in there with Deontay Wilder or take a massive pay cut. You know what I'm saying? Because even if he tries to fight AJ after AJ loses, if AJ loses, which I think he will to Wilder, if he tries to fight AJ then, the value goes down. So to me, this is win-win for Wilder. And I don't think it's going to pay off for ESPN to allow Tyson Fury to cherry pick opponents. But hey, with that being said, you want to hang out for a minute before you go, Reggie? I'll take another call.
Yeah. I'll hang out with you.
All right. Let me see here. Okay, so we got 414. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Oh, this is Brandon from Milwaukee. What's up, Dante?
What's going on, Brandon? What's good with you?
I got a couple things. I just saw an interview tonight with Danny Garcia, and like you were saying earlier, he really dodging the smoke with Earl Spence. He had an interview with Ellie Setback tonight, and he said it would have been a better fight, and he won.
You just broke up. You just broke up for a second. It would have been a better fight if what?
This is what Danny Garcia saying. He said it would have been a better fight if he fought Mikey Garcia.
Oh wow!
So he want to fight. He want to fight Mikey Garcia right now. He was on Ellie Setback tonight, and he said he want to fight Mikey Garcia. That's the fight he looking for after his fight.
Breaking news.
So it's nothing getting brought up like you said earlier when somebody said people putting words in Danny Garcia's mouth. Danny Garcia not putting the right words in his mouth because he criticizing Earl because it's all hate. But he don't want to fight Earl, so I don't get it with him.
And for the record, because I'm going to look that video up after I finish this show, but for the record, you're saying that he basically said that he wants to fight Mikey Garcia because he said, I would have did a better job. When he said he did a better job, did he actually say he wants to fight Mikey after he said that or no?
No, he said he want to fight Mikey Garcia.
Oh, wow.
Like he said, that'll be it. He was like, if Mikey Garcia stepping up and weight, it would have been a better fighting him to fighting Earl. Personally, my opinion, I'm thinking he's setting himself up for the okie doke. Because personally, I think Mikey Garcia beat Danny Garcia.
Yeah, I think so too. I would pick Mikey Garcia in that fight. I would actually pick Mikey Garcia in that fight.
And my thing is, if Mikey Garcia don't beat him, he for sure not gonna look good as Earl beating the crap out of Mikey Garcia like Earl did.
No way. And you're right. So even if he were to beat him, can he knock him out? Can he do something that Errol didn't do?
Exactly.
Because we know he ain't going to go in there and win all 12 rounds. We know that's not going to happen. Even if Danny wins the fight, we know that's not going to happen. Well, that's some good stuff. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, it'll be a good fight, but it's just going to be a counter-punching clinic. That's it. Both of them counter-punching. Yeah. That's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's a snooze fest.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point.
And then I have one more thing too with the guy who you just got off the phone with from Mexico. As far as this, my thing when people criticize Floyd, everybody just must have been watching Floyd when he was Money Mayweather instead of Pretty Boy Floyd, because Floyd was dominating and knocking people out before he started breaking his hand and started having this issue with his hand.
Yeah.
And when it became with the money or whatever, he just outboxing you. It's a clinic. This is boxing, not brawling.
But it's also
it's an art to this.
Yeah, it also has something to do with styles making fights. And Floyd Mayweather, he actually said it. Floyd Mayweather said, you bang the boxer, you box the banger. And, I mean, even when Floyd fought against Cotto, he fought him toe to toe. When he fought against Maidana, because of Maidana's style, that was a phone booth type of fight. I mean,
it was, yeah.
The whole thing is, as you notice, the caller, he kept referencing Chavez, but mind you, he had to go back 30
years ago.
Yeah, he got to go back 25, 30 years to name one fighter that's doing what he say the Mexican fans are known for. So what does that tell you if none of those Mexican fighters are doing that today?
Like that.
Yeah,
it's not successful.
I mean, the only Mexican fighters we know trying to fight like Chavez was Margarito and Brandon Rios, and their careers was looked at as a joke. You know what I'm saying?
I would say where they at now. Yeah.
Because the sport, because of evolution, bro. The sport evolves.
Right.
You cannot that's the easiest style to beat. If Chavez was fighting today, every single welterweight, every single big name opponent would be going after Chavez because he's easy to hit.
Right.
He's a stationary target. That's the reason why Mikey took the Errol Spence fight, because he thought he misjudged, but he thought that's the way Errol was going to fight, like a plodding, slow Chavez fighter. That's why he thought he could beat him.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, bro, hey, good talk, man. I got to get to another one, man, because I'm about to get up out of here, bro. All right.
Appreciate it, Dante.
All right, bro. Take care, man.
Appreciate it.
All right. before I go to another call, guys, once again, man, I thought this show was going to be like 45 minutes. We almost 2 hours in. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. Hit that like button if you like the conversation, if you like the DBN radio show live. We doing it over here. What y'all talking about over here? Okay, Rios is most Mexican fighters. Chavez is not even good. More than 2 inches. Okay, he's garbage, banging. Yeah, man. Okay. I just wanted to see what y'all was talking about over here in the comment section before I take another call. Okay, let's take another call, man. Let's take another call. It's late for y'all. It's early for me. It's 1:00 in the afternoon out here in Pattaya, Thailand. Sawadee Krab. Yendi Tan Lap to Dante's Boxing Nation. I just said, how you guys doing? And welcome to the DBN radio show. All day. Okay, let's take another call. Okay, from the Silver State, over there in Las Vegas, we got 702. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
My name is Justin Quinn, calling out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
What's going on?
Really, the main thing that I wanted to say was I got this gut feeling that Al Heyman is trying to set up, like, if Pacquiao isn't going to take the Spence fight, then what's going to happen is Keith Thurman's probably going to get the Pacquiao fight, Errol Spence fights Sean Porter, and then they unify for all 3 belts. Because, Thurman's talking like he wants that green belt back. If Spence happens to get it off of Sean Porter, that's going to be his opportunity to fight for that belt. The other thing I wanted to say is Thurman needs a little bit more respect on his name, man. I know he's been out for them 2 years, and it's looking like he's ducking Spence. But if he finishes his career with the Spence fight and the Crawford fight, as long as he gets those 2 fights out of the way, he's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. That's just how I feel.
Well, you got to understand what a Hall of Famer, he could be a Hall of Famer now, but it's a difference from being a Hall of Famer and being considered a great.
And he's the only one. He's the only one that unified the division so far. Right now, to me, he's the most accomplished welterweight when it comes to success in the sport, not just pay-per-view success. Just, he unified the division. Those are killers. Danny Garcia was a killer undefeated, and
but he has to have the confidence. Go ahead, Reggie. I'll let you respond, Reggie, and then I'll finish. Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, my rebuttal to that is just the timing in which he has kind of played out his career, and it was with the eventual success of Earl Spence, you begin to see these kind of create. I think the injuries were a figment of imagination. A figment of the imagination.
That's an opinion, though. That's an opinion.
Where the medical report.
Well, I don't even.
Yeah, but which boxer during injury? Just let's just be honest. Let's look at it through the timeline.
Yeah, but that's
what boxer through history has broadened up his injury report? When a boxer is injured, when you hear Pacquiao has a shoulder injury or Amir Khan has a hand injury, what boxer has ever broadened up their paperwork as proof?
I agree with that, but I don't. That's why I don't want. But I don't want to talk about injuries. That's why I don't want to talk about injuries. Regardless, it doesn't matter.
Just realistically, if we follow Keith Thurman's word, outside of. Because he kind of has been stalling the Spence fight, but he's like he wants Spence to build his profile. Now Spence has the biggest pay-per-view name in the welterweight division, considering he's the only one on the PBC side that's been on pay-per-view. So if he beats Sean Porter, that's Thurman's opportunity to fight for those 3 belts. Yeah. And then whoever wins, it does lead to a super fight with maybe Terrence Crawford.
But let me just say this. When it comes to Keith Thurman, the problem is, forget about the injuries. Keith Thurman, in 2015, because I interviewed him, he told me that Errol Spence would be ready in 2017. He told me he'll be ready in about 2017. He still doesn't want to fight him. The thing is, you cannot be considered the best if you do not want to fight. Even if he does fight, you're absolutely right. If Keith Thurman fights Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, no doubt about it, that's impressive and it looks good on his resume if he does that later. But for now, if you have a fighter like Errol Spence,
for now he looks bad. To me. You know what I mean? Because he didn't follow the timeline. He didn't follow the timeline that he gave the people. You know, he
Yeah.
didn't follow that timeline. But, you know, I compare that to the Canelo, when Canelo dropped the belt, you know, when he didn't fight Golovkin. You know, he didn't give people, the fans at that moment, exactly what they wanted. But within the time frame, a year or two, he ended up fighting Golovkin.
Yeah.
So that's just my personal belief. But, hey, DBN, before I get off the phone, I had a debate with you online about Errol Spence's VADA test. And you sent me a link through email to check this, and I clicked on the link, and I gave you props because, you know, it showed that for that Kelbrick fight he did enroll into VADA. And I was one of the guys that just thought Spence walks you down with high guard and bullies you out. So for him to box during the Mikey Garcia fight, he gets a lot of credit. My personal opinion, though, like I'm not going to go with a boxer scared, man. This is a sport, a dangerous sport where you can die. So there's fear in every single fight. You know, you're fighting for your life out there. But I honestly, my personal opinion, if we see a prime Thurman, you know, it's going to be, I think, me personally, that is Spence's toughest fight. Boxing-wise, Terrence Crawford may be, but I feel like it's going to be a tough battle. I've seen Thurman overcome a lot of adversity in that ring. Hematomas to the head, tough body shots, the Josecito Lopez fight. You know, people bash those moments in boxing, but those are the moments that make a fighter great. And I just think it's going to be a tough fight for Spence. I think that's going to be his toughest fight, personally. I've seen that interview where Derek James said that Thurman's not on that list, but, you know, I think Al Heyman's trying to take care of all of his fighters, and I think that Pacquiao may fight Thurman, you know, to build Thurman's profile on the pay-per-view stats. You know, like maybe Thurman to get that pay-per-view.
Okay, bro. Not to cut you off, man, but good stuff, man. I'm going to try to take a couple more calls and get up out of here. But good stuff, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, y'all take care.
Man. All right, man.
All right.
I appreciate.
Hey, Dante, you had a 513 drop in the area code in the comments.
Yeah. I actually just seen it, and that was coincidentally the next call. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But real quick, I just want to say, well, I appreciate the dude being honest when he said we had a debate, and I was right. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of heart, you know, for somebody, you know, to basically admit something like that. But anyway, we go on to the next one. We got 513. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Hey, what's up, Dante? My name is Robert Rowland, a.k.a. Big Dose 513.
All right.
And I want to say it's an honor to be talking to you, big bro, man. I appreciate everything you do, man, for the boxing community and for black people.
I appreciate it, man, and I appreciate you calling in, showing the love, man, for sure.
Man, I appreciate you. Hey, I had a few things real quick. I want to do first on. I can't hear you, Dante.
Can you hear me?
Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
First, I want to debunk.
Oh, wait. Why does it say my stream ended? Hold on. Thanks for tuning in. Why does it say my stream ended?
No, I see you on there right now, Dante.
Okay.
Yeah, you still on there.
Oh, it says stream ended 49 seconds ago. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Okay. Go ahead, bro. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Okay. First, I want to debunk the dude from Mexico. He talking about Canelo resume better than your boys. First of all, he didn't even
say Canelo's resume is better. He just saying that, you know, he fights better or he gets more respect or something like that because well, yeah, I guess he kind of said it in a certain way. Yeah, he kind of did say it in a certain way.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
He said he ain't tough like Canelo.
That tough stuff is what. Yeah, go ahead.
He fought Emmanuel Burton, which a lot of people slept on him, man. If you watch some of his fights before Floyd, he was dominating.
Yeah,
He fought him. Then he went on to fight Diego Corrales, Carlos Hernandez, Jesus Chavez, Jose Luis Castillo twice. He went on to fight who else? Arturo Gotti, Tab Judah.
Not to mention some of the names people don't.
Oscar De La Hoya. Let's not forget Oscar De La Hoya. You know, he fought plenty of warriors, man.
Yep.
And made them all look like babies.
Yep. Made them all look like babies. And a lot of them he fought toe to toe, and some of them he fought toe to toe, like the Chavez fight, So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then the last caller, when he was talking about Keith Thurman, see the difference is with Keith Thurman, he said when he came back he was ready for Sean Porter. But so if you're ready for Sean Porter, why you not ready for Spence?
Yeah, of course.
See, so that kills all that what he was talking about as far as Keith Thurman ducking Spence.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Now, I wanted to get on to some deeper conversation with you because I done had this conversation with several channels, and I won't mention the channels, out of respect for them because I have tremendous respect for them. And it seemed like nobody really felt the same way I do, but I know you will, Dante, just from watching you. But this last fight with Spence and Garcia, man, has some serious prejudice undertones.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everywhere I looked at on the internet, it was white people and Mexicans going for Mikey Garcia. And then David Benavidez talking about, I'm picking Mikey Garcia just because he's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
And then Canelo Alvarez talking about, I'm not fighting no more Mexicans. And Willie Smith said, I'm not fighting Terrence Crawford because he's black. You know, when Alvarez said that, everybody, it was like it was nothing. It was like it was nothing, and I don't get that, Dante.
Yeah,
I don't understand that, man. I do because I know the society we living in, but it's not right. Though.
And it's the fact
Black
that
boxers
the fact that they normalize it. The fact that they normalize it is the problem. Like you said, they do it, and they don't care how it's looked at, how it's perceived. They're so comfortable with doing it is what makes it so scandalous. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, when it comes to Errol Spence, and that's something else. When it comes to two black fighters, they look at it as the lesser of two evils. They want to put them up against each other right away. I mean, they did the same thing when it came to fighters like Floyd Mayweather, when it came to Edeslani Lara. They calling these fighters boring as hell, but then they say, oh, we want to see them fight against each other. They didn't want to see Lara fight against Gennady Golovkin. They said he was boring, he's a runner, and all of this stuff. But then they said they want to see him fight against Floyd Mayweather. It's the lesser of two evils. But, but once again, this is the reason why a microphone is so damn powerful. Because since I've been exposing these double standards, people have been a little bit more uncomfortable with coming out, with their bias towards black people. It ain't gonna change it completely, but we putting pressure on them because nobody was talking about this until new media came out. You know what I mean? Before all of us were programmed to think, oh, that's just normal. It's normal that, black people or the black fighters are boring and nobody want to watch them and, Mexicans don't have to fight each other and all this other stuff. It was normal before. But we putting the light on it now. But hey, man, but good call. Good call,
hey,
man.
Dante,
go ahead.
Hey, look at the way ESPN treats Lomachenko versus the way they treat that young fighter that's coming up. What's his name? The young fighter that's coming up under Crawford. He called him his little brother.
What's his name?
Shakur Stevenson.
Oh,
man, they got
Shakur
Stevenson fighting monsters now.
Yeah,
they got him fighting some tough competition.
Yeah,
but they baby step Lomachenko. You see what I'm saying? That's the double standards, man.
Yeah,
know how they treat their fighters, man. I don't know why anybody will go. Look how they did Terrence Crawford, man.
Black fighters got
man carry ESPN on his back for years.
And Gamboa complained about that. And
here come this great white hope, and he get the $100 million deal, man.
Yeah.
And look at Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford deserved that money, man.
Yeah, I mean, you would.
And
let me say this. And let me just say this real quick. But see, this is the reason why sometimes karma is a hell of a bitch. Because HBO, they tried to do the same thing. HBO, they were looking at things like if Floyd Mayweather, a black man, if he could be the biggest star in the sport of boxing, and everybody hates him because that's probably what a lot of people are thinking. Everybody hates his guts, right? What if we get someone who's not black? That means he'll be even bigger than Floyd Mayweather. So HBO started investing into all of these Russian fighters and all these non-black fighters, and all of a sudden, they start going against their own country, instead of promoting American black fighters. They start banking on Kovalev. They banked on Kovalev to beat Andre Ward, and they banked on Golovkin to basically be the new Floyd Mayweather. And all of that backfired. They put Golovkin on pay-per-view, and he completely flopped. Matter of fact, the guy who came up with the decision, the guy that came up with the decision to put that on pay-per-view, HBO fired him. You know what I'm saying? For making that decision, because the numbers were horrible. Because they thought because he had the complexion for the protection, he was going to automatically become a star. And it backfired. And where's HBO now?
Right.
So yeah, man. I mean, the bottom line is, man.
Hey,
go ahead.
Dante, I got a quick question for you. When it comes to boxing, man, and the way that the like this Spence fight, did you feel a lot of racial undertones when it came to that fight, man?
Well, there's no doubt about it. It's not even a feeling, because I don't want it to sound like an opinion. We talking facts over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, racial, I mean, like I said, the racial double standards, and this is why I'm going to always talk about it. There's no doubt about it. When it came to Errol Spence, like you said before, everyone, even Americans, they were all going for Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's been whenever there's a black fighter, only in this country, and I tell you guys this all the time, only in this country will your own country go against you, you know what I'm saying, if you're black. That's a fact. This will never happen. This will never happen in Mexico. This will never happen in the Philippines. This would never happen in the UK. You know what I mean? So, that's the bottom line, man. But yeah, man, like I said, we're going to keep exposing it. And the best thing, right, for us to do is, number one, for fighters like Errol Spence to keep winning. And number two, for cats like us to keep pointing it out. And the fact that you calling in and you echoing my same sentiments, that just goes to show you that it's resonating with everyone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what matters at the end of the day. But anyway, man, I got to get to another one, man. Thanks for calling in, bro.
Hey, thank you, Dante. I appreciate you, brother.
All day. Likewise.
Hey, Dante, Go ahead, Reggie. Hey, Dante, let me adjust just one point into what you guys are speaking about. So one thing about how they're marginalizing what they do for black fighters and propping up what they do for white fighters. Last night in the Pulev versus Denu fight, they ran this. So a lot of people have been speaking on the lack of promotion for this pay-per-view bout for Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan. Last night, these guys put on an advertisement for that fight, in which it was just about a 20-second photo stream, in which there was no wording, no hyping of the fight, just showing, still frames from their fight, showing it, flashing their names, and then that was it. And then they take over into hyping up, what is this cat, Tyson Fury. So here they are running into where they're undervaluing the black star that has really carried ESPN before the Tyson Fury and Wilder fight, and now here they go popping up this European hope. So
yeah,
it's a sad thing in which I hope Crawford breaks away from that contract following this fight.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I got a little distracted because I want to respond to somebody in the comment section. But I'm gonna let my man go, man. Once again, thanks, man. I appreciate you for calling in. I wanted to respond real quick to what someone said in the comment section, because someone said, what are you talking about? Mexicans have their own war. Mexicans hate, did he say Canelo? Let me ask you guys a question for the person who said that. Now, Canelo is about to fight Danny Jacobs May 4th. I want you guys to be honest with me. How many Mexican fans do you think are going to be cheering for Danny Jacobs in that fight? How many Mexican fans you think are going to have a Mexican flag with Danny Jacobs' name on it, like they did for Gennady Golovkin? And the answer is 0. Matter of fact, I'm being modest. The answer is below 0, right? So let's not kid ourselves when it comes to, saying stuff like, even if there is a little bit of an internal civil war. Hold on one second, guys. I got to get my phone lines back cracking. I'm having a little bit problem where after 1 hour, this business line, it disconnects. So hold on 1 second. Hold on, Reggie. I got to get you back on. Give me a second, and I'm going to finish my point. You guys remind me what I was talking about if I forget, because I want to finish that point. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right, y'all. Let me get the phone line back up. Okay.
Hello.
The phone lines are back up. Like I said, real quick though, the point that I was making is, when you talk about, these civil wars or these internal beefs, you say, fans don't like Canelo, but see the difference from Mexican fans, especially Mexican American Mexican fans, is they are definitely going to come together when they're going against a black fighter. Now when it comes to Golovkin, they'll root for like a Golovkin, and that's a different conversation. But when it comes to them going against a black fighter, it's never going to happen. So if you say some people don't like him, of course I'm sure there's someone that doesn't like him. I'll never forget something that Bob Arum said. When Bob Arum was promoting Oscar De La Hoya, this was at a time when Oscar De La Hoya, when he was barely coming up. He used to play techno music coming into the ring, and everybody was saying he was a pretty boy. He had all these girls that loved him. And the guys, they hated Oscar De La Hoya. They hated Oscar De La Hoya's guts. They used to clown him, right? And I remember Bob Arum said this. He said, it's okay, because soon as Oscar De La Hoya starts fighting black fighters, all of those fans are going to jump on board, and they're all going to support Oscar De La Hoya. And that's exactly what happened. So just understand this, guys. That's the point that we're making when it comes to, because this is not so much about, Mexican fighters always supporting their own. Some, they're just not going to support, Jamal Charlo, who's not Mexican, which, hey, it's, whatever floats their boat. I ain't got no problem with them doing it. But I just want, some of the people in America to understand, if they stick to code, how come American boxing fans don't show the same loyalty as Mexican fans do, as UK fans do, Filipino fans do? Ain't nobody going against Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? So, with that being, in the Philippines at least. With that being said, hey, shout out to my man Eric Esparza, the man that I told to call in, and I finally got him on the horn. We had a good conversation. He called in from Mexico, and he showed me a donation in the super chat section. He said DBN is the best. So shout out to my man Esparza. I appreciate it, man. Good conversation. And my girl Elle Flowers, she one of my snipers. She basically donated, and she said Golden Boy is doing the same thing. So their black fighter Damon Allen, that was co-signed by Bernard Hopkins. Okay. And my man Luis Hinton. Shout out to my man Luis Hinton, man. I appreciate you guys. And I already got, he said, okay, my man Denson. Okay, some more cats that just jumped in that DBN super chat tank. My man Michael Foster, shout out to him. He says, salute. The phone system isn't letting me in. Says it's locked. Okay, and here, let me see. My man Denson, he donated again. I appreciate you, Denson. He said, you think Loma will fight Teofimo, Mikey, Prograis, Tank, and who wins? Those are all good fights, Denson. Those are all good fights. I mean, he's already talked about Teofimo. Loma's already kind of talked about Teofimo. So I think he wouldn't have a problem fighting Teo. When it comes to Mikey Garcia, Bob Arum just recently said that fight has lost value since Mikey, of course, lost to Errol Spence. I don't know if I'm sure it's lost a little value, but it will still be a big fight. Let Mikey Garcia come back, fight somebody, knock him out, look good, and then they build that fight. It will still be big. And then when it comes to Prograis, woo, that's somebody Loma might want to stay away from, man, because Prograis, he has the style, but Prograis fights at 140. Prograis fights at 140. I don't know if Mikey will be willing to go up to 140, and I don't know if Prograis will be willing to come down to 135. But Prograis is a big, aggressive fighter, comes forward, and, he has intelligence, but he comes forward. That would be a tough fight. Loma has already showed that he's not extremely comfortable fighting against naturally bigger guys, as we've seen in the Linares fight. So that's pretty much what it is. Here, let me see. And once again, and I see somebody saying Mexicans are not Mexican Americans, but yet, it's funny. Somebody says that in the comment section. Mexicans are not Mexican Americans, but the funny thing though is Mexican Americans, they show almost more loyalty to Mexican fighters than Mexicans from Mexico do. When I went to Mexico to cover a fight, I was actually surprised because for the first time I was in a crowd with all Mexican fans watching fights where a Mexican guy was going against a black fighter and Mexicans were actually cheering for the black fighter. Not that they were rooting against the Mexican fighter, but they were more like boxing fans. They weren't like, just I hate the black guy. They were actual boxing fans. They didn't really show any type of prejudice. Of course, they're rooting for their own people, but it was in a respectful manner. And I've never seen that happen in America. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, when I was in Mexico, a lot of the fans, they have Floyd Mayweather hats. A lot of the fans have Floyd Mayweather hats. More of them have Floyd Mayweather hats than, Canelo hats, right? Something else you won't see too often in America when it comes to Mexican American fans. Mexican American fans, I see it in the comment section all the time. They try to say, oh, nobody likes Floyd Mayweather, that black bastard, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, you don't know. I mean, once again, this is why Nacho Beristain has praised Floyd as the best. Canelo's trainer praised Floyd as the best. Mikey Garcia, his father, Eduardo Garcia, has praised Floyd Mayweather as the greatest. You know what I mean? So, there's definitely a distinction between Mexican American and Mexican fans, but I would say the Mexican fans from Mexico, they're nowhere near as biased. They have tremendous respect for a fighter no matter what his skin color is. That's what I noticed when I went over there to Mexico. So shout out to Mexico. And hopefully my Mexican American brothers, they start showing American black fighters the same type of credit that Mexicans from Mexico show. Okay? With that being said, what else y'all talking about? Reggie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, brother.
Oh, okay. I want to just make sure. Okay, we about to wrap it up, Reg. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a minute, Reg. Let's take another call, man, and we'll probably get up out of here. Okay, so we got 803. We got 803. What's going on, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Ron Boy Fresh. What's good?
What's good with you, man? Where you calling from?
DC.
DC? Okay. What's going on? What's on your mind, man?
Man, I can hit so many goddamn rebuttals in here. It don't make any sense. All right, let's start from here. I'm in my gym right now, so I'm a little winded. All right, first and foremost, the problem right now we have, and this is the problem with PBC, and I hate to make it a PBC top rank thing, but PBC clearly played Spence Jr. Let me tell you why.
Play what? Wait, I didn't hear what you said. They played what?
PBC played Spence Jr. They put him in a yo-yo here. You know why? Because they knew from the start that they were going to give little Mikey that goddamn Manny fight. Period.
So they knew that. So you think Mikey's going to get the Pacquiao fight next?
I know. Absolutely. I've been said that. This had nothing. And let me tell you this. Spence Jr. shouldn't have never gave little Mikey that fucking opportunity because they wouldn't have never gave Boots an opportunity. He would have never gave Prograis an opportunity. So it's a lot of these black fighters that keep bending over for these fucking Mexicans, man. And I'm getting tired of it.
Hey, but one thing I will say though is Errol Spence, that definitely the win over Mikey, that introduced him to a lot of different fans, a lot more fans. So he got a lot of exposure out of that. So I mean,
for a price, right?
Well, for the price of him.
But Dante,
Go ahead.
it was a 50-50 goddamn split. It was a 50-50 split. Do you think he's going to give Porter a 50-50 split? Do you think he's going to give Ponytail Keith a 50-50 split? Do you think he's going to give Danny Garcia a 50-50 split?
I mean, I think
But why,
you know
why,
what?
But can I
Go ahead,
can I
Reggie.
reply to that one?
Go ahead, Reggie.
But those other fighters have not put themselves in position to deserve a 50-50 split. Mikey
But you just
dares to be great. Mikey dares to move up. Mikey added a lot of intrigue and interest in his fight. These other guys playing cute with belts, trying to avoid Spence, playing him off and things like that. It's come to bite them in the back. Now they're playing the catch-up game. And they're chasing Earl Spence. The Mikey thing was a perfect situation that just popped out of the blue. And it was all due to Mikey calling this guy out based on some visions that he had. There's no way that PBC had anything of playing this guy out. If anything, they have created a superstar. So I disagree with everything you stated on that thing.
And let me say,
Slim, let me tell you this. And no, that's my point. You just proved my point. Mikey is playing chess out here. And that's what I'm telling you. He's playing chess. Mikey was in the win-win situation.
But where are you getting?
Right?
But
where
are you getting Mikey Garcia's fighting Pacquiao? I mean, have you heard something, or you just concocted that?
Look, Dante, just know that you heard it here. You'll get to that in a couple weeks. Just know if you go and check all your videos, you see me been posting this. Manny already have his 4 fights lined up. They're Berto, Lopez, Abel Ramos, and Little Mikey. Those his 4 fights. Don't fall for this shit, man. I'm telling y'all, stop falling for it. All right, now let's move on because I know you're trying to wrap it up. There's so many things I can touch on. As far as Mexican and black style, you know who Oscar Valdez trainer is right now?
I don't know who his trainer is. He done was it Virgil Hunter?
It's Eddie. You know why?
Oh.
No, it's Eddie. It's Eddie Reynoso. You know why? Because that whole Mexican shit is some garbage. He needs to learn how to box. That's why he has Eddie as a trainer. Because I'm a huge Oscar Valdez fan, but that whole slugging and going back and forth, that shit ain't going to fly. And they know that.
It don't work. That's why.
Exactly.
That's the reason why dude had to go all the way back 25, 30 years ago when he mentioned one fighter.
Exactly.
Because like I said, any fighter today, they can't wait to get their hands on somebody who fight like that. You know, because that's almost easy pickings right there. So yeah, no doubt about it.
And then let me touch real quick on another thing. If these Mexicans really cared about, and the reason I'm saying Mex, I'm not saying it in a derogatory. I'm just saying it how everybody say this Mexican style. You know who have the best fucking Mexican style in boxing right now?
Who?
Jared Hurd, but nobody's talking about that.
Yeah. And that's where the double. And I'm glad you
These
mentioned
are the
that.
facts, man. So
yeah, and they not praising him. And they not praising him. And they not praising him because they claim they like that style. They claim they like that style. They should have him on their flag right now.
Exactly. And if that's the case, Jared Hurd should be the best Mexican right now, and everybody should be hollering for Jared Hurd and Jaime Munguia to fight.
Well, yeah.
Period. That's what's going on. But nobody's asking for that.
Yeah. No.
And the reason why Canelo said he doesn't want to fight any more Mexicans is because he don't want no smoke with Benavidez, and he don't want no fucking smoke with Zerto. Period. That's it.
Well, he said he didn't want to fight Jaime Munguia either, though. I mean,
exactly. All this is exactly. Exactly. But the problem with the Jaime thing is the only way they could have got the only way Golden Boy could have made a deal with Zarafa is if they give Canelo that fight. If they give Jaime that fight, he's going to fight. He's going to fight Canelo, or unless Canelo stays at 168. That's it. That fight is happening. They can't get away from that shit.
But and you know what? You hit on a whole bunch of points. And one thing I will say, I have heard other countrymen say the same type thing. Where I remember when I used to interview Rances Barthélemy. He came to my studio and a couple Cuban fighters, and
that's my man, Rances.
Oh, okay, you mess with him, okay? He told me. He said
that's my man.
He said that's one thing we don't do, man. He said that's one thing we don't do is fight against each other. We're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but like my Carlo was saying before, only when it comes to Black American fighters do Americans they push to put Errol Spence in there against Terrence Crawford, because when it comes to black fighters, it's the lesser of two evils. You get one of them out of there if you put them up against each other. So I mean, it's deeper. It's deeper than we talking right now. Hey man, but I'm gonna let you go, man.
Let me touch one.
Go.
Let me touch one more about the whole Top Rank and the whole promotion of Crawford and Loma.
Real quick. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Real quick. Everybody that's saying the Top Rank is not promoting Crawford, they need to go to a Lomachenko fight, go to a Crawford fight, and you tell me who needs fucking promotion, period. I don't give a fuck about what they doing on commercials. That's the problem. Everybody's sitting in their house looking at commercials. Go to a Crawford fight, go to a Lomachenko fight, and then you tell me who needs promotion. That's it.
That's what's up, man.
No.
Hey,
TV
good
is
stuff.
where promotion is at.
Bro, you missing my whole point. Go to a Crawford fight, go to a Lomachenko fight. That's all I got to tell you.
Venue. You don't
look
build
at the venues.
Fights at venues.
Look at the
you don't
venues.
build pay-per-view fights at venues. You only reach
look at the venues.
A segment. You reach regional segments at venues. Television is global and national. You promote on TV.
Look at the venues. Well, how come Loma ain't fighting in bigger venues? Because every time I've seen Loma, it's been in New York at the goddamn Hulu. When I go see Crawford in Omaha.
Loma don't have a fan base.
When I go to Crawford fighting in 14K, Crawford ain't been in a Hulu in over 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, he was fighting in the Madison big room. Was fighting in Vegas. How many times you seen Vegas? How many times you seen Loma out Vegas in the MGM? Tell me.
Loma definitely doesn't have a fan base.
Exactly.
He doesn't have a fan base.
Loma, but Europeans
do not attract so stop talking about the promotion. Y'all don't know nothing,
to promote
man.
Europeans. What are you talking about? Europeans have no attraction in America.
You want me to tell you why Manny left about a Top Rank? It's because of them goddamn Eastern Europeans. They had nothing to do with Crawford. It had everything to do with English wanting one of them Eastern Europeans to tear the fur off of him, and Manny didn't allow them to do it. That's what the reason why he left Top Rank.
Okay.
And it's tactics.
Okay.
So
hey,
good stuff. Doing a great job of promoting.
I'm telling you, go to a Crawford fight, go to a Lomachenko fight. I gave you facts, bro.
You said he believes that he's been promoted better. But listen, the bottom.
Your point is bogus. What do you promote?
It's not bogus.
If you were a fighter, if you were a fighter, how would you want your promotional company to promote you? At a venue or on television?
If I'm a fighter, I go by who. Once again, go to a Crawford fight, go to a Lomachenko fight. Crawford fights in bigger venues and he gets paid. That's just all that matters to him. Period.
Yeah, I mean, but Bob Arum. But I will say this though, Bob Arum did say that Lomachenko is basically going to be his biggest star. I mean, he did say that when he was promoting. Was it Nicholas Walters versus Lomachenko? Because when he was giving Lomachenko the bigger slice of the pie, and people, I remember we were asking him, why is Lomachenko getting the bigger slice of the pie? And he said because Lomachenko is the best, because he's the biggest star, et cetera,
and Dante, that's what they want to push.
Yeah,
that's what they want to push, but it's not working. That's my whole point.
I got you.
They can promote it all they want. But everybody, real boxing fans know the real.
Yeah.
I go to the fight. I'm everywhere. I'm Top Rank. I'm PBC. I don't really fuck with Golden Boy. They cost some shit, but I'll go. Once they start making a fight, I hear you.
Hey,
what I'm telling you is you can't sit here.
I'm gonna let you go, bro. I gotta let you go, man. Hey, you gotta call back in.
Yeah, Dante, we'll chop it up.
Hey,
man.
you gotta call back
in,
man.
Yeah, of course, man. Ron Boy fresh all day. Ron Boy fresh all day.
All day, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Salute, my brother.
Good stuff. Real quick, Reggie. I wonder, because somebody was saying, I wonder. Dude said, Dante. I'm paraphrase what he's saying, because you guys know I'm an affiliate with DAZN. I kind of work with them. So he was saying, Dante. I know you previously co-signed DAZN. Do you still share those sentiments after the price hike? And I did a video. See, I keep it real, man. I don't sugarcoat nothing that I say. Even with me working with them, I still did a video and I told you that this is bad news. This is nothing that anyone wants to hear. I think, Reggie, I mean, what do you think about them jumping up $20? I feel it's too early, because I was telling everybody, man, this is a great deal. If I could watch Canelo versus Golovkin or Joshua versus Wilder for $9.99, and I could watch all the other fights in the same month, that's a good damn deal. But now with them raising it to $19.99, Now it's starting to feel like it's pay-per-view, which is something that DAZN said they were completely against. They were trying to take us away from that. So your whole thoughts on them, throwing the price up a little bit, Reggie?
I think that the price hike was a very foolish maneuver. Them coming into the market, I think the $10 price point was a little bit high, especially with the established networks offering app-based programming at like $4 or $5 and $10. For them to meet that $10 price point, it kept them a little competitive, but they weren't penetrating the market. They were supposed to remain at that $10 mark until they gained more of the market share. They haven't gained. I don't even think DAZN has 5% of the American boxing market when it comes to things. So for them to skyrocket that when they weren't receiving the subscriptions of which they forecasted, for them to do that, it just shows there's some operational and some desperation going on. They've thrown out a lot of money.
Desperation is the key word. Desperation is the key word. I mean, you gotta wonder if everything is okay over there, because I mean, I know a lot of people have said, this was the plan. Hook everyone in and then raise the price. But it's too early though, because people are still skeptical about DAZN. And what's really crazy is I'm seeing some fans, and this is why unfortunate, fans are making this so much more about race. They don't even care about the actual sport anymore. Like I'm seeing fans say, hey man, $20, an extra $20 or extra $10, nothing wrong with that. I don't mind paying that. That's still a good price, et cetera, et cetera. But these are the same fans when it came to DAZN, or when it came to PBC, they was, berating it and saying this is some BS and it's not really free because you still have to pay for your cable and all this kind of stuff. Do you really think these fans would have been okay if Al Heyman would have said, let's go ahead and double the price of the monthly subscription because we got all these fights that we're going to be playing? Hell no, they wouldn't have said that. But now all of a sudden, because DAZN is doubling the price, fans are saying, hey, that's not bad. That's not that bad of a price. $10 wasn't that bad of a price. You know what I mean? So it's not making sense. They're looking at more of the politics of this as opposed to what's good for the boxing fans. DAZN was not supposed to be a pay-per-view operation. DAZN was supposed to take us away from pay-per-view. And Reggie, as you said, even some people thought the $10 was too high. I for one, I thought it was a good price. Now, don't get me wrong. DAZN still has the $9.99, which is a good deal. It's actually a really good deal, and it's lower than the $9.99 a month. They have the deal where you could pay $100 for the whole year. That's a good deal. But the thing is, a lot of new fans are hesitant to pay for a whole year, even though it adds up and makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? A lot of fans are still kind of hesitant to pay for a whole year. Sometimes you go on these websites and you want to purchase something, and even though the deal is better, you pay for the year, and then you see that $9.99 a month, and you saving a gang of money if you pay the whole year off. A lot of people like, forget this. Let me, I'm not too sure about this. Let me just pay for 1 month. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how this is going to work for DAZN. I mean, I'm as a boxing fan, and this is how all of us should be looking at this. I'm hoping they find a way to do this to where, once again, it doesn't screw the fans. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. We'll see. But anyway, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Go ahead. I'll let you close out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just a little bit more on the DAZN thing. The other thing with who they compete with, it's almost like they think they exist in this market alone. When it comes to things like when you look at the mission statement of this company, it was all about them providing you with 100 fights in a year, but that's more of quantity. But the quality of the product they're offering has suffered, and to where a lot of people bash what they're watching when it comes to the matchups in DAZN. And then on the back end of things, when there's no fights going in, what other content can you pull from there? Nobody's going to go back to rewatch the fight when you can go on YouTube for free and watch replays on sites. You can't go back there and watch movies. ESPN has a kind of a lock on other sports. The other sports industry, Showtime provides you with additional movie content. Fox provides you with everything from shows to news, and DAZN offers nothing. And this is where they make the mistake. The other mistake on the side of the DAZN thing is who they have running the company. It's the failed ex-ESPN CEO, the one who got busted off of his cocaine addiction. And during his reign at ESPN, he was starting to fail over at ESPN. It started to be the sharp decline, shifting over shows, firing of people. The same thing going on with DAZN now is the same thing he started to do at ESPN. He started to destroy ESPN. And so they've aligned themselves with the wrong people. John Skipper and Eddie Hearn has been the wrong people to align themselves with. And they should have looked more deeper into the history of John Skipper.
Yeah, well, we'll see how this plays out, man. Well, hey, man, thanks once again, my man Reggie, for filling in and hanging out with me. Hey, Reggie, man, my man Reggie, he got a new channel, man, that he just dropped. Well, he had it for a while, and it's a nice channel because he's spitting the truth. Let everybody know, man, where they can subscribe to your channel, Reggie.
Oh, yes, sir. Y'all guys can follow me at Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. And I'm still a student at this. I'm learning from you, Dante, learning from other cats in the LDBC, Fanon, Black Spike Fans, 78, World Breaker, learning from all you brothers. So y'all follow me, Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. And salute to y'all.
That's what it
Dante,
is.
keep holding it down for this fight game. You boxers get on here and do these interviews with these YouTube giants versus these networks who do not build your profile, that do not build your careers. You come on these YouTube channels such as Dante Boxing Nation, get your profile out there, get the fans behind you, because boxing is growing into a giant. So fighters, y'all listening.
And speaking of that, Reggie, now before I go ahead and end this, you just reminded me of another point. I was gonna make a separate video about this, but you make a great point when you say, yeah, man, it's unfortunate that a lot of people in the industry, they think that these fighters, where it's at is the big networks and all that kind of stuff. Errol Spence, he did a show on ESPN with some football cats. I think it was Marcellus Wiley and the other guy. I actually know Marcellus Wiley. We used to
Whitlock.
Whitlock. But Marcellus Wiley, he was my boy. We used to hang out when I lived in L.A., Crenshaw District, But anyway, I don't like the fact that you got someone like Errol Spence. He goes on this show, and these cats, they were talking like complete decafs. I mean, they were talking like they didn't, like they casually watch boxing. And it's a shame. This is why, cats like ESPN, they need someone who really knows the sport. And ain't no damn decaf, because they were talking to Errol Spence. To me, it was almost like a waste of Errol Spence's time the way they were talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you want to fight an old Manny Pacquiao? But then they turned around and said, we want you to fight Floyd Mayweather, who's older than Manny Pacquiao.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they were saying a whole lot of stuff, man. And then Errol corrected them and said, but Manny Pacquiao just beat Broner. And dude said, but that was suspect. What was suspect? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they were saying a lot. One dude said, "Oh man, you were so relaxed in there, it almost put me to sleep." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where are they getting these cats from, man? These are not boxing guys, and that's the problem. They're not boxing guys. You know what I'm saying? So ESPN needs to fix that. But that's why we here. So you're right. Like my man Reggie said, this is why we are the ones that should be doing the interviews, because we know what we talking about. And we ain't giving nobody no damn decaf stuff, So anyway, man, once again, with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my man Reggie, man. Show that support. I'll catch up with you next week. All right, Reggie?
Yes, indeed, Dante. I'll catch up with you.
All right. So with that being said, y'all, you guys already know what it is, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We had a blast, man. I didn't expect it to be this much of a party, going solo and having a late night show like this with everybody asleep. At least I thought everybody was going to be asleep. But anyway, man, with that being said, we're going to see you guys next Sunday. You guys already know what it is, man. Hashtag DBN. Hashtag New Media. Hashtag Decaf Busters. Hashtag Dante's Boxing Nation. Dante's Cooking Nation, Dante's Travel Nation. Subscribe to Dante's News Nation. That channel is already dropped. All right? Show that love and make sure you subscribe to that. Hit that like button before y'all leave, y'all. All right? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's the nation, baby. Yep.